What is going on, my fellow Schwoke What is up? You are listening to the internet's worst podcast, the SchwegCast, hosted by yours truly, Schweezy, a.k.a. the Foreplay King, back at it again, just making horrible content and talking to some cool people as well. Today on the show, I do have the most wonderful, and I'm super excited that I had him on. I already recorded it, grasskingdoms. He is a legend over on another podcast, my favorite podcast, Your Mom's House, and it was super dope to actually talk to him to see the man behind the legend that is grasskingdoms, which was super exciting. I loved having that conversation with him. Today on the show, though, I do want to make an announcement. So we have officially launched the Patreon for the SchwegCast. I think I had it set up a while back, but now it's officially launched, and I'm super excited to have that out there. Basically, I want to get this show out more often and out, just like, at a steadier pace than I have been. And the sponsors are great. But however, I feel like the best thing to do would be have a Patreon. It's a great way for you just to help me and support me directly instead of having to go through our sponsors and have supporting through there using our links and everything like that. Right now, there is only one tier. I plan to make more, but as of right now, there is only one. It's $5 a month, and with that $5 a month, you get ad-free episodes of the SchwegCast because theoretically, you are the sponsor of the SchwegCast, so you don't have to hear other ads of sponsors when you yourself are the sponsor. It's really great. You don't necessarily have to support it. I'm still going to keep the show as is. If you're watching on YouTube, basically how it'll be is the show is just going to have ads in it, just spread out through the episodes. And then if you want to listen through Patreon and you sign up for the Patreon, you get those episodes on there ad-free, which I think is really cool. I love, I subscribe to YouTube Premium, and I love never seeing ads again because I like to watch on my living room TV, even though I don't necessarily get them. Don't have to worry about it on my computer, but on my TV it's a little differently, and so I always like a little ad-free action every now and again, and I think this is a great way for you to really support the show and really support me directly. But the content's not going to change. Content is going to be the same garbage content that it has been. So do not worry about that. I don't plan on changing content at all. I just want, a better way you can actually support me directly, which means the world to me. But also, if you want to support me for free, just hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, like this video. It's a great way to just support the show and, just thank you for supporting me so much. It just means the world to me that people even consider doing that. And people even listen to this show. Really does mean a lot to me to try to put a little bit of work into this, even though it is pretty garbage. But it is the best garbage on the internet. So give or take a little bit. But I just wanted to reach out, talk about my Patreon. So stay awesome. And as my boy Garth would say, if this is truly a conversation,
then I say let the conversation begin.
Okay. It looks like we're recording.
Nick, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You've been one of the few people I've been really excited to come on the show.
Word? Hell yeah.
So yeah, we're both mommies, so
yeah, of course.
So that explains a lot. But funny enough, so you created this song, Nadav is Googling, and it's really funny because I host the show, the audio is through SoundCloud, and so you're probably my most top listened to on SoundCloud.
Really?
Yeah, because I just open it up and it's it shows what you previously played, and I was just Nadav is Googling, let's play that one, and then you're Nadav is Googling.
It gets mad plays. I also have it on YouTube, and it's got 80,000 plays on just YouTube alone. It's pretty wild. I know.
It's just so funny because I guess with the Your Mom's House celebrities, they don't like the normal ones like you. They don't get a background information on. Mm-hmm. And with Joe from Good Morning Julia and RPC, pretty much everything about them. But it's you, Fart Simpson, we know nothing about you.
Yeah.
So this
Bart
is
Simpson's a cool dude too. I reached out and talked to him a bunch of times on Instagram about stuff like him, and Mr. Clavicles is another dude that pops up a lot. We all follow each other and like each other's posts and stuff. But
that's
I feel
cool.
We're this cool little community of creators that are making funny, goofy shit.
Mm-hmm. But, I've only submitted one song, and it was for the Two Bears, One Cave intro.
Oh,
and I think there's two reasons why I didn't even get played on the episode. One, I said Bert thinks Hitler is cool, and it was like this 90s like sitcom theme song I tried to make, and that's probably not their style either.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's why they didn't even play it on the episode. I felt really sad when it was like, oh man.
Dude, I've sent them a bunch of music that's never gotten played as well. You remember Kyle C., the guy who sang the Puncture No More? Yeah. So ever since like I placed that song with them, Kyle C.'s been like, he's a really cool dude. Like we talk on social media. He's a total sweetheart. He lives out in Venezuela.
Okay.
He was listening to Tom Segura's Spanish podcast, and I don't speak Spanish, but he does. And one day he hit me up and was like, hey, they need a song. So he just sends me acapellas all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time. He just hits me up and goes like, hey, I sent you a new song. If you want to like produce it or something, go for it. And sometimes they're catchy or whatever, but I'm not really trying to, spend a lot of time doing that. But he sent me one that was supposed to be for like Tom Segura's Spanish show. And I made like some song up for it and sent it in, but I don't think they ever played it. Like I don't listen to the Spanish podcast, so I don't know, but I think he would have told me if they did.
Yeah, he would have. Let me, I want to show the world Kyle C real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Just because, he is pretty great. I think I've sent this to a couple friends. I'm like, hey, is this your son? Yeah, this one, that's one of those things where I think I could have done something, but so many people have already done it. And I was like, it's not going to be good.
I did one of that song and sent it in, and they played it on your mom's house.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that one.
A week after the acupuncture song came out.
That one.
And that was already like a year ago, because that was at the beginning of September when that happened. So it's been a year. I've been just like floating around in their cosmos.
It's like you think about it, they've been doing TikToks over a year now, which is...
Yeah, for real. I'm still not on that app. I still can't. I cannot bring myself to give a shit about TikTok.
It's we'll play some talks. I curate talks too.
It's funny. Like I dig it, but I can't. I want to be a creator, but I can't give a shit. And like I think if I had a better, like my phone is just old and trash, and like I don't care, because like I just use it to like text people and like post on Instagram. So I kind of. It's like apps randomly close, and I feel like if I wanted to do some TikTok shit, I'd have to get like a better phone because my phone is just such a piece of shit. So I don't know. I haven't gotten around to it. But
yeah, and you think about like some things like, because I remember I was watching the show, like I guess they were in the Red studio, like that's like 2 studios ago. The current one's Red.
Your mom's house.
Yeah, and so like you think about like Four Stroke Guy doesn't seem that long ago to me.
No, and I remember, I think that was around the time I started listening to that show. It was probably like 3 years ago. Ish.
Yeah. Just watching Tom lose it. Also, so you wrote the song called Nadav is Googling. So background information, this is what I know, that Nadav is the producer on the show, and he takes forever to Google anything.
Yeah, so one day I was listening to, this is a while ago, I was listening to an episode of Two Bears, One Cave, and they were telling Nadav to Google something, and he was just taking his time. And Bert said, like, offhandedly, said, someone should make a song for when he Googles something. So I kind of just, like, was like, all right, Bert. So I did, and then sent that in. But, like, they didn't play it for, like, 6 months or something. Like, I thought that they just got it and forgot about it. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I just moved on with my life. And then one day when they did play it, it, like, popped off. Because it's like every time I show up somewhere else, like you always know, because if I don't, people will let me know before I hear the episode, or at least like social media will let me know. Like I'll sign on to Instagram and have like 400 new followers and be like, oh, I guess someone talked about me somewhere, So like that was one of those when I popped up, like I opened up like my social media like the morning of or whatever, or like later in the afternoon because I wasn't home, and it was all just like, where's Nadav is good? Like everyone's always hitting me up looking for the song. So, I mean, it was kind of cool. Like I forgot, I didn't even realize, like I forgot that I had sent that in, or was like, oh shit, I didn't think that they would ever do something with that. So they did, and it was super cool. And everyone's been super, super nice since then, all the mommies and jeans.
I know. One thing I want to show, they were making this mouse pad to sell. Yeah. The Nadav is Googling, and then no one would print it, apparently.
Yeah. Which is reasonable.
Yeah, because it says "you fucking Jew" on it.
Yeah, I get it. I get why they want to do that. People hit me up all the time and are like, "Hey, you should put those songs on Spotify." And I'm just like, dude, I don't want that song on my Spotify.
Yeah,
I have like actual songs on Spotify, and I don't want people that aren't familiar with the show to find something like that and think that like I'm not like
Man,
to hear the song outside of the context of the joke.
it's like, I don't know who this Nadav guy is, but this guy really hates Jews.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, even like it's all in the context of the joke. So I mean, it's funny, but it's like I was hanging out with someone the other night, and he was telling his roommates about the song or something, and he was like, "Yeah." And at the end, he said "fucking Jew," and I was like, "Oh man, this makes me sound kind of shitty because like they don't understand the context of just writing these anti-Semitic songs." But it's. If you're a fan of the show, you get it. So, I mean, whatever.
And then the remix, Nadav is gambling.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
he disappeared. So like, man, I got to write a Nadav is missing song. And then he told me himself, he's like, nah, you should write it about gambling. I was like, all right, I got you, dog.
It's so funny. I love the live episode. Like, he was in, Scrubs. Yeah. And I don't know why. He looks so goofy in Scrubs.
Ugh. They were doing the cyst on Josh Potter. Oh, dude, I watched that part. Well, I didn't watch that part. I listened to that part. If you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I can watch Pimple Pops. That's not bothering to me.
Oh, I don't want to see that shit.
My thing, I think we talked earlier. My thing is like eating gross things.
Yeah.
So like Fear Factor, like I can't watch that.
Well, even like for the last live show, I was watching most of it, but once it got to the end where they were just showing all the gross videos, I was just kind of like. So I was watching it in the living room on my laptop, but I was also like playing Xbox, and my roommates were gone, and they came home right as that was starting, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely not going to like have this on the laptop while they're in the living. Like, I don't want them to see me watching this questionable video of like prolapsed anuses and shit. You know? So I was like, oh, I better close my laptop. So I did, and then I just continued playing Xbox.
I've never seen a prolapsed anus until last Friday.
Either, but apparently there was one on the live show part 2.
Oh yeah, there were a lot.
I didn't see it, so I don't.
As Tommy Buns would say, 9 is a lot.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to live that life right now. Maybe
it was one of those things for me. It was like I knew the concept of a prolapsed anus because Dr. Drew would say you shouldn't prolapse your anus.
Anal starts at 50.
Yeah, anal starts. God, his wife is cool. But yeah, I've never like thought about what it would look like. I guess.
I mean, it's just
Ooh, it's
just a reverse sleeve.
Yeah, I don't know that. I think that messed me up a little bit. I don't think I was ever meant to see that. It's like if you look at the other side of the moon, like the dark side of it, like lit up, like looks weird. Like it's like something you shouldn't see.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you are supposed to see prolapsed anuses most of the time. I don't think it's like ideal.
I don't think it's natural to.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to go out of your way to watch something like that. So,
God, it was. But but they were like, "Hey, Joey, can you show your ball sack?" And then like Joey Diaz.
I didn't see that. I was like, yeah, I'll stay here and watch Joey Diaz pull his guts out.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I've seen enough porn. Like, I could see a naked man. Honestly, This is a weird thing to say. Like, I'm not gay at all, but I could sit down and watch a gay porn and not be grossed out.
I don't know
if that makes sense.
I don't know. I've never really tried.
I mean, I watched the Ed Asner.
I didn't watch it. I mean, like, I watched it, but it's like, oh, man.
That one's more funny than it is gross.
And that was like the camera was far away, and it wasn't any explicit like shots.
Yeah,
so it was just kind of like from a side view, so it wasn't like horrific to watch.
But I don't know. I just like the whole group got consent to like for Joe Diaz to show his nutsack.
Yeah,
he's so weird because like he's like slightly out of his mind, but also kind of together at the same time too, just from old age.
He's such a character. Have you ever listened to the Honeydew podcast with Ryan Censored?
Oh, see, like Honeydew, there's like some podcasts, like I'll just like listen to every episode. Honeydew, Your Mom's House, like no matter the guest. And then there's like some like, like Joe Rogan, like when it's a guest I like, I watch it.
Yeah, same with that. Like I won't listen to Rogan puts out like 4 podcasts a week. It's hard to listen to all of them. But yeah. Honeydew's good, but he did a thing with Joey. They did like 5 episodes where they were just going over Joey's life, and they're magnificent because the dude's he tells wild, crazy stories, and I don't even know if like they're probably all like exaggerated to some extent, but it's crazy because he'll just sit down and be like, okay, June 14th, 1985, and then just start talking about something specific that happened like 35 years ago. And
yeah. It's like, it's kind of one of those things like, okay, I don't believe every word Joey says, but
yeah, I'm just kind of upset that he moved to New Jersey because they'll never be able to finish like that series that he was doing with Ryan ended like somewhere in the 80s. And they didn't even get into like, cause Joey went to prison for kidnapping someone, but I've never heard that story, and I'm sure he's told it somewhere, but I've never heard that story. So I was looking forward to when he got to that point in his life on the Honeydew, but they never got there. Then he moved to Jersey, and I don't know if we will ever get there.
I assume like once like COVID ends, like he'll be back and traveling to Los Angeles.
Everything kind of like settles down a little bit.
I feel like with everyone like mass leaving Los Angeles, it's weird because I feel like they're kind of doing it because they've not been doing stand up for so long that they're just kind of like. What's my point of living here? Like, we both live in Nashville, so honestly, if it wasn't for music, I mean, like, I'm not sure if I'd want to live here or not.
Well, I'm not from here. I've only lived here a few years, and my parents live in Knoxville, so...
Oh, you're not far away at all.
Yeah, like, we all moved out here at the same time from Arizona.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm going to be, like, moving anytime soon, but I definitely feel like, like, that obviously has something to do with it. With like them not being able to do stand-up. I think Joe Rogan moved because he just got a large sum of money and wanted to move to a state with better taxes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm sure that him not being able to get on stage had something to do with it. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like I'd like to think that after all of this, after COVID kind of like takes a seat back, or at least becomes like taken care of to some extent, I'm curious what like LA will be after that. And I know they've been saying for like the last few years that a lot of people are moving out of LA regardless. A lot of people moving out of LA are moving out here to Nashville. And it's just kind of like, I don't know if the power dynamic from like one city to another is really changing that much or what, but I have no idea, man. It's wild to see all these giant figures. And it's not just in like the comedy communities either, but just like all these giant figures are leaving LA mainly because like they're mad about like how the state government has been over like COVID stuff, or just like, I don't know, they don't want to be in a state like that anymore. So
they're like super extreme in California.
Yeah, they're super, super blue in California.
So they're like, you got to wash your face before you go leave the house.
Well, they're just super like locking stuff down, and then like they let it go a little bit, but then they locked it down again. And they're just, I don't know. Like I'm not living out there. So I only know like what I hear Joe Rogan complain about, but, I do know that blue is a notoriously like left-leaning state. So they're going to be like uber progressive and take all the things. If you're just not down with that and you have $100 million, like what's stopping you from getting the fuck out of there?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like Nashville for the most part. Like, I don't think
Nashville at all. I've been here about 5 years and it's a pretty fun city.
Yeah. I only say like I'd move, mainly only be like Los Angeles or New York, and that's be like if a good job opportunity had me going out there.
No, I feel that. I tried living in New York. When I graduated college back in 2012, I flew out to New York for a little bit because I had a buddy out there who we were graduating at like the same time. And, I've been like producing for like ever, and he had been like rapping at the time. And it was kind of like, he already lived out in New York City. So he's like, hey, come out here and, we'll get a place together and we'll do this. And I was out there for a few months before I realized like I could not afford it. It's so expensive. So like, I did my thing. I ended up back in Arizona, and then, that was in like 2012. And then we moved out here in 2015. So I mean, like I was out there for just 2-3 years trying to move again. But, excuse me. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. I could definitely see myself winding up in like LA sometime in the next like 5 years or so. But I don't think I would go there unless like I had an opportunity, like some people like, like growing up in Arizona, like I did, whenever anyone had any sort of like momentum with like music or creative expression, they would always just go to LA. Like I know a few people that are like, not like super famous, but like really, really successful because they made that gamble on themselves and, went and lived in LA and like lived out of a van for a year and are now like fucking killing it in the entertainment industry. So it's like, I don't think I want to do that anymore because I kind of am doing that now in Nashville. And I feel like Nashville is just as much like successful as a city. There's a whole lot of opportunities out here. But if like something were to come up and they were like, hey, you want to relocate to LA and, like have this job or whatever, then I would do that. But I don't know. I don't really feel like I want to do that unless like the opportunity arises.
Yeah, I feel that. Where in Arizona are you from?
What's up?
Where from? Where in Arizona?
Phoenix. I grew up in Phoenix.
So that's
Jimmy like on the west side of Phoenix, like in the suburbs, but greater metropolitan area,
Okay. It's where the Format and Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah, they're from like Mesa Tempe, which is way out like the east side, like maybe 45 minutes. Like ASU, Arizona State, is up in Tempe, about 40 minutes east of where I grew up.
Okay.
I grew up on the west side, like literally right across the street from where the Coyotes play, the hockey team, and the Cardinals play. The stadium and the arena are like right next door to each other. And It was crazy. We moved into the house in like 1993, and all that shit was just like cow fields. And then like, we lived in that house for like 20 years, 21 years. And in that time frame, it turned into this giant like city center area. So like, I assumed that my parents probably bought the house for so much and then sold it for like 4 times what they bought it. So
nice.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people live in like the heat because you can't go outside for like 10 minutes or whatever. What's the rule
sucks. there? No, it sucks. It just sucks.
It's just like, I hate it here. I hate how hot it is here all the time.
It's really not that hot though.
I know, compared to Arizona, yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. Like people straight up like bake cookies on their dashboard in their car. I've seen people take like pans and leave them out like on the asphalt for like 30 minutes and then come back out and like crack an egg and like make fucking eggs on their front yard, just because the pan is so like residual heat. It sucks.
I heard, do a lot of people have pet tortoises there? Because I think I heard someone say that.
I don't think I knew anyone that. I mean, no, actually, I knew a few people that did. Actually, I feel like I never felt like it was a thing that a lot of people had, but I mean, it was definitely a thing that people did.
Well, I think they were like, it's very convenient, so like we don't have to mow the lawn ever.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I guess I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if there's more tortoises out there than anywhere else, though, necessarily. Because, I mean, in Arizona, you don't really have a lawn anyways because you got rocks.
Yeah.
Most people in Arizona that have grass have, like, not like AstroTurf, but they have, like, fake grass that was installed. It's real grass, but, like, it was brought in. It's not going to, like, naturally grow. I mean, it will, but, whatever.
I would love, if I ever owned a house, I would love just like fake grass that never grew, that just always looked nice. Like,
just
I don't have to,
just make it feel like a football field.
Just like, I don't have to do anything ever.
No, I have this neon green plastic lawn. It's great.
Mm-hmm. My high school, they upgraded to turf like the year I graduated.
Yeah.
And so like after that, and so it's like I was in marching band, so like, like we had band like rehearsal like first thing in the morning, so just like the wet dew on the grass. Yeah. I'm like, man, that sounds like a lot nice, because now I guess they just practice on the football field in the morning. Mm-hmm. It's how like the school like justified the purchase of it. We're like, well, it's for the marching band too, and then I guess the soccer's using it. Oh well, I mean,
I don't know. Did you play any sports in high school?
No, I quit sports like super early. I'm you can't tell here, but I'm super fat, so. So
hey man, you could be like a wide receiver or like a linebacker or something.
I'm also not fast either. And the funny thing is, both my parents are like star track athletes.
Really?
Dad's long distance, like cross country. Mom's like short, fast distance.
Damn, where'd they fuck up with you?
I have no fucking clue. It was really funny because so my dad's like a coach at like a college in nowhere, Missouri, and I guess they came down here one time. Last year they came down last year because they did like a cross country meet against Lipscomb was there, Trevecca.
Yeah,
and so I was like telling people about it, and they were just like, it's like, oh, so Apple. So what kind of happened to you? And then. So like I'm like, I don't know what happened to me. Like probably like the UPS guy's baby or something like that. But then we like went to eat somewhere, and I was on the bus with them, so we got off. And this is like cross country, so like they're running like maybe 10 miles a day. I don't know.
They're running
a lot, and so pretty skinny people. And then my dad's grad assistant, who's just ripped as fuck, just like super ripped. And we're like, woo, and he like shook my hand. I'm like, ooh. Like when you're shaking a guy's hand and you're like, oh.
You're shaking like a stone.
Yeah. I just we got off the bus and I like look around at everyone and I say, man, I am the fattest person in this group right now.
Sometimes it'd be like that though.
Mm-hmm. But
I didn't play any sports in high school either though, so I'm not fat. I just played guitar. I was the kid who I brought a guitar every day to school, and I had like a little amp that you would run with like an 8-volt or 9-volt battery.
Yeah, like the Marshall ones.
Yeah. It looked like a Marshall half stack.
Mm-hmm.
You would just clip it on your belt, and that was me. Like I would just every day during lunch, I'd go and get like a bag of Cheetos and like a burrito, and then you just run over here and you eat real quick, and then I would just play guitar. So I didn't play any sports, but I also had no friends. So
yeah, there's a correlation of playing guitar in high school and no friends. It's a pretty even
Yeah, I mean, if you do one, you usually do the other as well. So there you go.
It's like, all right.
I had some friends, but not. I mean, they all played guitar too.
You just show up. You just show up. Like, all right, everybody. Here's Wonderwall for the 30th day in a row. Today.
Well, I was a metal kid back at the time, so I would probably play like Lamb of God or something.
Oh yeah, chugga 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 chugga.
Yeah, I didn't play that pussy Oasis shit.
I was like in the punk pop stuff, so I did that, and then I decided to go solo in high school for some reason.
How'd that work out for you?
I'm still kind of doing it, but
I'm still solo. I just, whatever.
It's so much easier being solo though, because you don't have to because a band member leaves and everything like that. Like you always have to worry about that. But when you're solo, it's just like, oh, the bass player you hire doesn't want to play bass for you anymore. Let's just find another one.
Fuck him. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the hell out of one-man bands, stuff like that throughout time, Mm-hmm. And I mean, I've been in bands before and done all that, and now I write music now, and everything I do now is just I do all of it. So I guess I'm a solo act now, but a one-man band type thing. So I respect the hell out of I'm a really big Prince fan, and one of the big reasons I like him is not only because he bops, but just he was kind of his own artist, engineer, mix master. He did everything way before it was easy to do everything, So I think that shit is cool.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, I feel back in the record label days that you couldn't really tell Prince what to do. He's going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was kind of a dickhead like that.
Mm-hmm. And just randomly a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, near the end of his life. That came out of nowhere. Near the end of his life became a Seventh-day Adventist and was saying some pretty terrible shit about gay people. And it was dude, come on, man, you can't have those opinions.
See, it's kind of weird thinking about that though, because I know a lot of I don't want to say cults, but I am. But they're very strict.
Are all cults.
Yeah, true. They're very controlling of what you do, and I kind of feel Prince is
as our cults.
Yeah, so I'm pretty loose with the term cult. I want to start my own cult, honestly.
I mean,
a fun one that's not bad, but I feel
are there good cults? Cult does definitely have a negative connotation to it.
Yeah, I know Chris D'Elia had a cult, and he's doing good.
Oh man, that came out of nowhere.
I know. And then but also at the moment you're I'm not surprised.
No, me neither. Did you see after that came out, there was a clip of him on Fighter and the Kid. And they said something about like, oh, they were screenshotting Snapchats. He's like, what? And then like,
they put like the Curb Your Enthusiasm music on it. Like,
that's one of my favorite songs ever. It's just like a living. It's hilarious. Whenever something stupid happens, you just hear that bump, bump, bump.
It's oh my gosh! It's so it's also weird. Like I always thought there was something kind of off about him.
He's a funny guy. Like I always thought he was funny, but I'm not surprised that he's kind of a creep.
Yeah, I thought something was weird. He's like, yeah, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I never have because I'm just not interested. I'm like. I mean, like, if someone offers me a new drug, I'll at least take half.
I'll at least, like, look it up on Earwood first and then, like, make my decision. Well, it's weird. On his last comedy special, he had a bit where he was talking about that. He's like, I never smoked, I never drank. And he was saying, like, his parents were super there. They were there for him. They were great. Because, a lot of, like, great artists and great comedians come from, like, really shitty backgrounds. Mm-hmm. And he was like, and I'm not. Like, I had a great background. I would say, hey, Dad. And he would go, yes, son. Shit like that. And he was saying, like, he was never molested or anything. And then it came out that he was a total creep who was, like, preying on underage girls. And it's just like, oh, like... I don't know. That made me think about like his childhood, and maybe he wasn't being completely honest with what he was saying in his special when he said everything was like great as a child. Like I don't know. Maybe it was lying a little bit.
Now I do have a theory. I don't think he intentionally went after underage girls. My theory, that's my theory. Like obviously everything he was doing was bad, but I'm like kind of in a theory. He wasn't willingly knowing they were underage. He wasn't R. Kelly.
I don't know. I mean, like there were some screenshots that were girls that were like openly saying I'm 16 and him being like, man, doing his Crystalia thing. Like, see, I don't know. You'd have to fact check on me. I haven't really done any research in this, and I don't want to come off acting like I.
No, that's the best kind of research when you don't know anything and just start talking.
The best kind of research is fucking none. So you'll have to fact check me on that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could be wrong too, but I'm notoriously wrong all the time. So. I just say things, see if
I think the public zeitgeist has decided on him, though. So regardless of what the fuck you or I think, I think the public has made up their decision.
That is the weird thing, though. It's just kind of like, can you separate the art from the artist, which is a big thing,
I guess it depends,
Because I'm not sure what to think about Michael Jackson, all of that.
You know what, man? Like, I even was hanging out the other day. So I got a song that I wrote and shot like some video for, and I'm editing it, and I'm learning video editing. I'm not great at it. Like I do all my video editing, but this would be like my first music video that's like a performance thing where it like edits and has like different clips as opposed to like a single shot just playing your instrument to it kind of shit, whatever. So I'm just learning. But anyways, it's kind of like a slower R&B song. So I've been for like the past week just watching a lot of like my favorite like old school R&B song, like the music videos, and just paying attention to like how those videos are edited and, like how to put together a video based off the things I like. Right. Yeah. So that being said, I've been listening to a lot of R. Kelly, and I'm sorry he's a creep, but like, he's a creep with a voice like velvet, man.
God, I know. So like my theory is like Michael Jackson's music wasn't about anything he was accused of or did. There was one that's like, well, it's black or white, stuff like that. R. Kelly's music is I guess
that's true. It's a lot easier to like separate like that because R. Kelly's out here talking about like fucking everybody.
Yeah, so like R. Kelly is like legit, just like everything he does.
He was fucking a bunch of underage girls. Like, damn it, that's who all these songs. I mean, he was married to Aaliyah when she was like 15, and we just like sweep that under the rug. Yeah. We knew this shit like 25 years ago.
I know. But I just like how like all of a sudden, just like we're gonna charge you for the past things as well.
Well, no, when he got in trouble recently, well, yeah, that too, but when he got in trouble recently, it was for like shit that was happening currently.
Oh yeah, his like weird sex cult.
This is happening right now. Yeah, with this like, I don't know. Again, I haven't done much research, so don't quote me on this. But like, he had like girls at his house or something, and I don't know. They made a documentary about it. I didn't.
Yeah, Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I mean, like, it exists.
I had like a dream of like how I imagined the greatest R. Kelly concert would go.
Have you seen the video online of him in Ethiopia?
Do you have your passport?
Would you like to come back to thrive to America?
America.
That makes me laugh so hard.
I'm worried about doing like any touring like not in America because that song's gonna be played every night.
Come back with Rob to America.
God, that's
America.
That's it's like some things, I'm like, I don't have the self-control. Like, I realize that I'm never going to be able to play golf because I'm always going to make that.
Why would you want to?
It's just like, oh, what's your handicap? I'm going to make that joke constantly, like nonstop.
Well, I have a limp sometimes.
And the best would be if like I could, go with like a little person. It's like, hey, what's your handicap?
Like, I'm only 3 foot tall.
Yeah, it's just like with people like with some disability, like functioning disabilities, you can like still hang out with them. Yeah. Like, there's the two different kinds, the ones you can hang out with and the ones you can't.
Like, I am autistic.
It's like, it's just like autistic. It's like, where? How autistic are you? It's like I collect stamps. I'm like, okay, you're cool.
All right, cool. I can still hold the golf clubs. Don't worry about it. We'll be all right.
Did you watch Love on the Spectrum?
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of it. It was pretty adorable.
I know. It was very wholesome, but I just like how they list all their dislikes.
Yeah, they were super upfront with people too.
Oh, very first episode, the guy and girl are on a date. I think like the redhead girl, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm really into Asian women," and she's like, "Oh, I'm not Asian." It's just like the perfect chemistry.
All right then. Well, see you later.
I don't know how that. He also said, like, I thought I was gay, then I watched a bunch of gay porn and realized I wasn't. I'm like, respect.
Well, it's good to know these things for sure.
And I'm bet you there's a lot of straight men out there who have done the same exact thing and are not willing to admit it.
Are you willing to admit that?
I've watched gay porn. I mean, I wasn't into it.
It didn't do anything for you.
I watched Ed Asner.
Well, there you go. I guess that would constitute as gay porn. So do you think Tom's going to start producing gay porn with RPC?
I hope so. I'll watch it. I haven't watched any of his like fans only stuff or
fans only fans
only. I've been curious on OnlyFans, so I've subscribed to a couple people.
I've subscribed to a bunch of people on OnlyFans.
I know.
Not like a bunch, but I've
subscribed to that girl who's on the first live episode. Like purple hair, Pandora Sky. What's her name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
She was like fingering herself, and she's like, "Piss on me, beat me."
Oh, yeah.
Her page is magnificent.
Really?
Yeah, and then I followed Erica from 90 Day Fiancé for the 90 days.
Oh yeah, she have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, and it's not good. It's pretty cheap, but it's nothing you wouldn't see on Instagram. See, that's where I feel like
there's a lot of people like that on that site.
That's where I get annoyed. I'm like, because you don't get like a preview of anyone's like material,
nope.
And so like they
don't have to show you anything. There are people on there because OnlyFans is trying. I think like they try and market that like it's just a place for creators, and I think it's just been like co-opted by the adult industry or co-opted by people because they don't care if you put up nudity, but like OnlyFans markets itself as like we're for everybody, so it's like I don't know, you're not guaranteed shit when you sign up for something, That's why
I'm a big fan of following actual porn people.
Well, yeah, I mean they're gonna
just a PSA for everyone out there: do not follow normies on OnlyFans.
No, I mean, like, maybe. It depends. Like, there are definitely... It's crazy, like, during the pandemic, so many people have, like, started doing that just to make extra bucks. So girls will go and take a bunch of nude pictures of themselves and be like, hey, I sign up for my OnlyFans. For $3, you can see me naked. And if it's someone that I kind of want to see naked, I might shoot them $3.
I know. I love... And especially, someone, like, I saw a good argument for... if you're going to charge more than Disney Plus, it's like, you really think your nudes are more valuable than the Avengers movies?
And then every episode of The Simpsons.
The Simpsons,
National
Recess.
Geographic.
Yeah, like, it's just one thing. It's just like, you think your content is better than that. This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by Gamefly. Most of you are already aware of Gamefly, but for those of you who don't, it's the best video game rental subscription service for one low monthly fee. As a Twitch video game streamer myself, I know there are two types of game. One type is the game that you'll continue to go back to time and time again, like Breath of the Wild and Super Smash Brothers. And then there's those other games, that you only play once and then never pick up again. And that is where Gamefly is perfect. Most games come in at around $60. And these new AAA titles come in at $60. But with this link in the description of this episode, your first 2 months will only be $10. I'm a subscriber myself, and I played through Pokemon Sword, and I loved it so much that I wanted to keep that copy. And with just a click of a button, and you just pay the little extra money, you get to keep the game that you rented from Gamefly. You don't even have to worry about anything else, and they'll go ahead and send you the next game. I'm excited for the month of October. I will be getting into Luigi's Mansion because that is a very spooky game, and that's Halloween, so it's the spooky season, which I am super excited to play that game. I already got it in the mail, and I'm excited for once October kind of rolls around, I can start playing that game, and it is super fun and awesome. I love Gamefly. Like I said, I'm a subscriber myself, but you can get your first 2 months for $10. You just got to use the link in the description of this episode, and you know what? Start playing those games.
So I've learned that a lot of people on that site they'll either do it to where they have like a high monthly price, and then they usually have like more explicit timelines, or they'll have a really cheap monthly price, and then they'll hit you with pay-per-view videos. So like if you sign up for someone could be like, hey, $3 a month, and they'll just like get you into the door to the club. And then, they might have some like explicit pictures on their timeline or something, but they'll be sending you direct messages that will be like, hey, for, however many dollars, you get this video of me doing something like really nasty. And then that's how they make their money, because it's really cheap up front versus the other way of being really expensive up front, but just kind of like, that's kind of what I figured out as far as like the common business plan that most people signing up for OnlyFans do.
I saw one porn star. She was doing like $50 or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
Just like a one-time $50 to like review and tell her like what you like about your dick or something like that. Like she'll review your dick. I'm like, I don't want that. Like that's what if she doesn't like it?
Ugly. Like I know.
So like I've never sent a dick pic, and unless
don't lie to me.
No, I definitely actually haven't.
Really?
I've sent funny sexual pictures. Let me see if I can pull up one on my phone. But no. I've sent it, and I've sent it just some funny sexual pictures of friends, and they're like, I'm going to post this on the internet. I'm like, do it. Like, it looks worse for you than it does for me.
I think it's funny to like get into hot conversations with people and then be like, you want me to send a dick pic? And then they go, sure. And then I just send a picture of like Donald Trump.
Oh, I do that, but like Dick Cheney, Dick Van Dyke.
Or like Martin Shkreli, just someone who's a dick.
Oh, so yeah, here is this one.
Ooh.
It's a lot fatter back then.
Sexy.
So I just, I'll send that. Me and
a
friend.
The ladies hot.
We sent I was in like a jazz my college's jazz band. And me and I was guitar, and then our lead tenor didn't sit far from me, and he'd keep his phone like on his stand. And so like every rehearsal, I would just send that picture to him. So like in the middle of a song, he'd be playing, and then that just pops up on his phone.
That's pretty adorable.
And one time the director, like saw it and he like looked at his music or something and like looked away super quickly. And so we're pretty sure he thinks we're gay lovers now.
Probably.
And
still, he all these years later.
And he's married to a woman now, so.
Oh, well, just for the cover up.
Mm-hmm. That's, we're secretly lovers. Cookie, if you're listening.
Did that inspire him to play better, though, that picture?
He's pretty good already. He was more like melodic, the melodic soloists versus the like shredders.
Yeah.
It was like he was a more melodic. I'm a more melodic guy too, so I'm not like digging down on anyone.
Well, maybe that picture inspired him to play better.
Yeah, and then our lead alto was like a shredder.
Yeah. What instruments do you play?
Guitar, piano, drums, bass.
Or how long you been playing piano for?
I started when I was 6 or 7, I want to say.
Gnarly.
So it's been a minute.
Did you grow up out here in Tennessee?
No, I lived in Nowhere, Kansas for 13 years, and then Nowhere, Missouri for like 10 years.
Did you grow up playing music in the church?
Oh yeah. I still look like a church boy.
Well, no, I just like most people when they play a bunch of instruments for that long, it's just because like they grew up playing in the church.
Yeah, makes sense. It was like I wanted to play every week, so it's like I'll learn drums.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fair.
learn bass to play, so I can play more.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because I could have played in real venues, but no, it's gonna.
I mean, whatever, man. The church is a venue. It's a venue for God.
It's just everyone's so passive. Like, it's like, oh, you're making everyone sound so bad right now.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't know. Like, Midwest, it's like, so like, you know, if you're in a band rehearsal and like one member clearly does not have their shit together, you'd be like, hey man, figure this shit out and be prepared for like rehearsal. Church would be like, oh, well, the Lord will guide you, to play the note on the right beat.
Will guide you to some fucking music lessons, bro.
God, like serious. And then like, you know, like you just started playing music, like, all right, you can play with us.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they're going to be way less likely. Like if some little kid is like, I started playing bass last night, can I play on Sunday? You know, they're going to be more likely to just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just like, I don't know, turn them down or some shit. But then it's like, well, we still need our low end.
Yeah,
so
well, I know some I've heard they'll let like the new people like who are kind of new to it, like kind of let them play unplugged or something like that.
Yeah,
which it's kind of weird.
Used to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
that's cool. I grew up playing a few instruments, but I didn't grow up. I mean, I grew up going to church, but I didn't grow up playing music in the church.
Yeah, it's probably a smart thing.
No, and I didn't actually start playing any instruments till I was like a teenager. And by that point in time, I hated going to church anyways. So, you know, as one hobby left, another one started.
Yeah, I probably stuck around church for way too long.
Yeah.
So it's like when normal people get out of it, I was not. But it's
it is what it is.
I have a lot of good friends made from church, and you know, a lot of good memories. So it isn't all negative for me. I think it's really hit me when Trump became president. It's like I don't think we believe in the same thing.
No,
do we?
It blows my mind, like the super evangelical crowd, how they gravitate towards him like that. I don't get it, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because they're not the smartest people. But
okay,
you know.
here's a little game I like to play. How many abortions do you think Trump has paid for?
More than he'll say out loud.
I'm saying double digits.
I mean, a few, at least a few.
Yeah, like that's something. It's like, oh, Trump's fighting for abortion rights. I'm like, no, he probably pays for them.
He gives a shit about that. No, he's not fighting for anything. He's just fighting for votes.
Mm-hmm. He's just wanting to make himself richer.
He has to appeal to that crowd because he knows that they'll vote for him, and they did. So
I can't even like argue with people anymore on like politics. It just comes down to the point where it's like, look, I'm not going to argue with you on why you should be a good person.
Yeah,
like that's like all I say. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you why you should be a good person. And then I'm like,
go that far. I just walk away.
Yeah, I just like. That's what it all comes down to. It's just like, should women have rights? I'm like, I shouldn't have to tell you yes.
I mean, I'd like to think, yeah. You know, I don't know. What a crazy idea, right?
Yeah. It's like, you know.
I don't know. It's weird how what's up? I'm sorry.
No. I was thinking like, just like, you know, the whole like abortion, Planned Parenthood debate. I'm like, I mean, like, I feel like I don't have any important things to say in that because I'm a man and best thing I can do is not nut inside a woman.
Yeah, basically the best thing I can do is not get anyone pregnant, and that's a goal that I strive for every day. I don't think I want to do the kids thing, and if I do, not for a long time. So that's a goal every day. I wake up and I say, if there's one thing I can do today, it's not get someone pregnant. So I'm doing what I can to fight abortions.
But because I've seen like a lot of like pro-life, pro-choice, like for women on both sides. I'm like, why don't we just have women figure this out?
Because I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
I just learned what a prolapsed anus looks like a week ago. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
I'm not ready for these life conversations yet, guys. I'm too busy watching buttholes go inside out.
So yeah, I've been. It's like, what was the best? Yeah, I'm too busy. I keep playing Good Morning Julia on this show.
Dude, that's probably my favorite clip ever.
Oh, and someone keeps copyright claiming it.
Really?
Like on YouTube, yeah.
Really?
I don't know.
How do you know it's that getting copyright? When you get copyright claimed, does it tell you like when, like the moment?
Yeah. So last episode, or my 69th episode, that actually showed Ed Asner on because it was our sex episode.
Nice.
So they played like this Happy Birthday Trap remix, and it was copyrighted by TuneCore, so it'll tell you exactly when it is, like YouTube's algorithm.
Okay. So TuneCore pulled your Happy Birthday Trap remix. So that means someone made that Happy Birthday Trap remix and uploaded it to like Spotify as like a song.
Yeah.
It's just their fucking page.
It's so, and then BBC blocked a video last week. It was this woman who jerk off a dolphin. And it was like on a BBC documentary. So right. They're like, we're
makes
not.
Sense for them to.
That one actually makes sense. One time,
who's calling Good Morning Julia though?
I can't remember. I need to look into that. Maybe play
Joe making all these copyright claims.
He's like, all right, Julia, you disrespected me for the last time.
Julia. Got me wrapped around your finger.
That is like pure gold.
I love Good Morning Julia, and sometimes I'll show that to like unexpecting women.
Oh, I've been showing that to every woman who comes on the show.
Yeah, and they all go, "This is terrifying." I'm like, yes, but it's hilarious. It's like, no, this is not funny. This is gross.
I had a group on the show, and they like commented on their episodes, like, "Hey, we're not for bullying," and so I'd like show them all these like clips of just like nerdy guys, from like TikTok. And Good Morning Julia come up. He's like, I think he's got a lot going for him. Like, stop being this fake. This is funny. Stop that shit.
I mean, he does know how to build a house.
Speaking of Joe, I'll actually want to start my own OnlyFans, and it's literally just pictures of me with fans, like circular fans.
There you go.
I think that'd be really cool.
Or like department stores.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I feel like someone might already be doing that.
Probably, but fuck them. Who cares?
I would make it really cheap, though. I'd be like, I'm not really...
I mean, yeah, the cheapest you can do on OnlyFans is $5. Unless
I do $5.
And then always have like a coupon on.
$5 is like a perfect...
Yeah, they won't let you go below $4.99. I've actually been like thinking about setting one up for myself, not to do like nudie shit on it, but like, I don't know. I thought it'd be really funny to like. Well, here's the thing. They have a streaming like built into the website, so you can stream from the site. They have a streaming platform. It is just a place to put up your content. So I was thinking like I've just spent the last few months just like making content, for the past whatever. So I have a bunch of songs, a bunch of videos and stuff that I'm going to be putting up over the next few months. And I figure if I have like a site, and I'm kind of torn between like Patreon or OnlyFans. I think OnlyFans would be funnier, but Patreon might be like a bigger, I don't know. Like I feel like more people would go to Patreon because they think that OnlyFans is just like a porn site.
Yeah. I just started my Patreon, which is all it is right now. It's $5 a month and it's ad-free episodes. So I mean, like, still figuring that out.
Stream on Patreon though. I mean, they have a service, but it's like a monthly fee, and it's like I don't want to do that. I'd rather just fucking like you could have a Patreon and then just stream on Twitch, and between those two platforms, kind of like build like that. But I don't know. I thought it'd be funny to also be really sick, like to try and get an audience on OnlyFans, and then one day be invited out to like the AVN Awards because I have like a successful OnlyFans account. I think that'd be really funny. I don't know if it'll happen, but it'd be funny if it did.
Does Belle Delphine have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, she just made one super recently.
I know. She's so funny.
Yeah, she's hot. I don't really know anything about her except she looks good.
Yeah, she's just like, she created a porn. She's like, if I get so many likes on Twitter, like I'll create my own Pornhub account.
Yeah. And
that's what she did, and it's all just like troll videos.
I mean, she doesn't get nude on the internet at all. Even on like her OnlyFans, like she doesn't get naked on the internet. So, but that's like her thing. is like so many dudes will like give her money, but she doesn't get naked like at all. And it's like, I don't know. It's like, that's what like that whole simp culture is these dudes like simping out to her knowing you like, I don't know. They're paying to like not see you naked, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It works for her. She makes a fuck ton of money and doesn't compromise herself in any way she doesn't want to. So go for her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's so funny. Like she did like a remix of 6ix9ine or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Like he's like you're mad, I'm back. I think Goomba or whatever it's called. Yeah. But she made like a parody video of it and like just like that like girly like child girly voice. Mm-hmm. You're mad, I'm back.
Yeah.
And she's so funny. So, and then like the gamer girl bathwater. That's just.
Yeah, that shit's. That's what I'm saying. It's shit like that. She understands her brand and she's able to market goofy shit like that. Like, I don't know. She probably made a fuck ton of money just selling bathwater. It's disgusting, but I mean, if I had the audience that was willing to pay for my bathwater, I'd probably sell it too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I also kind of wanted to buy like a jar, and just because like it's funny, but like that's the weird line. It was like I bought it ironically, and we're like, oh, ironically?
Sure. Did you really? How many other people bought it and said the same thing? Yeah, I'm just buying it for the lulz. It's like, yeah, okay.
Well, it's like a big meme culture thing. So,
I mean, well, the whole thing about it, you know, like everything about her is kind of like falls under that meme culture type shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. But no, she's great. Do you watch the H3 podcast?
Yeah, I like Ethan and Hila a lot.
Yeah, they're cool. But no, they like Belle will like send them. Like,
yeah, they sent him a bunch of gifts. He had like a giant Zweihander.
And then like a neon sign that says simp.
Yeah. I didn't know that she lived in England either. I mean, I don't know anything about her, but I assumed she was like American just because I'm American, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, just everyone's American.
Basically.
Everyone's American unless they're not.
What's that?
Everyone's American unless they're not.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. And if they're not, they should be.
And if they're not, they should be on 90 Day Fiancé. I love 90 Day Fiancé.
I never really watched that. I know, like, I don't know. Every podcast I listen to has been talking about it for. I mean, not so much recently. I think it kind of came and went, but I don't know. Even when it was popular, like I don't have cable or any like as far as my situation. Like I don't really leave this room. This is kind of the room I live in, and all I have in here is a Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. And Switch only has YouTube and Hulu for its streaming. So even shit that's like popular on Netflix, I don't ever get to watch because I have Netflix on my laptop, but like who wants to watch something on their laptop? So I don't ever watch a lot of shit that comes out, but I also just like, I don't know, man. Most of my free time is spent like working on music or editing videos. So it's like, I listen to a lot of podcasts because I kind of put them on in the background. But it's hard for me to like actually like dedicate myself to a season of TV. You know, I watch a lot more movies because it's like 2 hours, you know, and it's in and out.
Yeah, what I'll do, like, I don't get a lot of TV in, but what I'll do is like when like Legend of Korra, like I'll binge the entire first season one day, wait a week or two, then go to the second season, binge it like in a short period.
Okay. I'm sorry. I got a text message from.
Oh, you're all good.
You know, when my landlord's coming back.
Yeah, my apartment, they said they're coming over today. They have to check on something. Like, we're going to be entering your apartment today. I'm like, you know what time? No. So the office closes in an hour, so we'll see.
Well, hopefully it's not when I have all my... Wait, they haven't come yet?
No. I'll make sure your screen is turned off.
Okay, hey guys, how you doing?
So, yeah,
I don't know. We had a leaky faucet in our kitchen, and apparently the landlord's going to come and fix it. He said he's going to do it tomorrow, but I guess he's going to do it today. And everyone's texting me about it because I don't know. I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, but it keeps popping up on. Oh, he will let himself in. Okay, dope. Well, I'm going to put my phone back over here and ignore those fucks. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. I didn't mean.
Oh, you're good.
That's right, going. What were we talking about? I forgot.
90 Day Fiancé, was it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I never really got into that. I watch a lot of movies, honestly, more than like TV shows. It's way easier to dedicate like 2 or 3 hours of my time to something instead of like 8 episodes or something.
The worst thing you can do is, this is what I did, decide you want to start streaming games on Twitch. Then you're like, oh, I can justify playing video games now. I'm streaming.
Well, there you go.
It's it's.
What have you been playing recently?
Well, I just got Mario 3D All Stars. How
much is that going for? It's on the Switch Network.
Yeah, you can buy it online. It's like $60, but it's 3 games. I
don't want to pay $60 for games I already played, though.
True. But I never played Odyssey or Sunshine.
Oh, wait. So it's 64 Sunshine and which one?
Odyssey. No, not Odyssey. Galaxy.
Oh, okay. I haven't played Sunshine or Galaxy. I'm sure they're fun. I
started Galaxy last night on my stream. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, those Mario games are fun. I kind of they're fun. I just don't give a shit. Like, I don't know. I've never been like a Nintendo fanboy. Like, I have a Switch, but I got it because I got it when I was on tour last year, just because I was traveling a lot. But like, I don't really. None of the Nintendo IPs are super like interesting to me, So like, everyone's like when you tell people you have a Switch, they assume that you're a big fan of like Super Smash Brothers. And I'm like, yeah, that game's fun, but I kind of like whatever. So like, I don't know, $60 for Mario is still a little steep. I would really like to go back and play Super Mario 64, but
yeah, you think about it, I love the game, but it has not aged well.
Really?
Like, camera controls, like,
yeah,
horrible. Like, you just like, you try to make a jump and you just like don't know like if you can actually
really have camera control in that game though, because originally you only had one joystick.
Yeah. So
you didn't
like,
really have much.
I've been playing on like my Pro controller, so it's like I would like want to adjust the camera, so I'll use like the right stick, and it does a little bit, but it's just hard like to feel like where you're jumping to. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, well, we're very used to just like that was like when 3D gaming was like a brand new thing. Was when that game.
Yeah, it was like one of the first like launch date.
Goofy fucking Nintendo 64 controllers.
Oh my god,
those things!
I hate
stupid controllers.
I think if I ever get back into playing N64 games, I'm gonna get like the Admiral, or I think it's what it's called. It's like it's like a normal controller. Let me see if I can pull it up. But they actually like fixed the N64 controller, and let me
that sounds dope.
Pull up a picture of it. Let's see here. Sam is Googling.
Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow.
Still faster than Dov, so I'm like still proud of myself.
He's slow motherfucker. You know, it's funny when that's actually kind of cool. That doesn't look bad at all.
So something like that, so it's like actually a decent like playability.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if I ever get back into N64, which I feel like a lot of them are just getting ported over to Switch. So
yeah, I mean, all like the good games are
like Pod Racer got put on Switch.
Turok 1 and 2 are on the Switch network. Doom 64 is up there. That one bangs.
Yeah, I have that. I haven't started it yet.
I have all the fucking Doom games on Switch except Doom 2016. I don't have that because it's still $60. I just don't want to spend $60 on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably like Black Friday deals. Nintendo's there's the Nintendo tax, so like things don't go down. Like, no. I got lucky. I got Breath of the Wild for like $40, like on Black Friday.
That one's kind of fun. My roommate let me borrow that, and I've been playing it a little bit. It's fun, but I really hate how like you have to get a new weapon I swear, weapons last me like 3 fights, and then I got to get a new one. So every time I find a good weapon, I'm like, I don't even want to fucking use this because I won't be able to use it 10 minutes from now. So it's just, I don't know.
That game, I tried streaming that over on my Twitch, and it's just it's so hard because like you just kind of want to explore and run around, and that's not like entertaining like streaming stuff. Yeah. So it's just it's a hard game. So I'm like sticking to like story-based games where it's like I just follow the story beginning to end. Like I did Pokemon Sword. Gonna start Luigi's Mansion when October hits and everything gets all spooky. Yeah. But I haven't played either of those games. Yeah. Well, I'm a big Pokemon guy. I think that was my main reason getting the Switch. Yeah. Like I got Let's Go Pikachu and then Shield, and then I did rent Sword from GameFly, and then I ended up keeping it.
Yeah.
And then so I buy too many games, and
that happens.
And then I end up playing Fortnite, and I'm like, why am I playing Fortnite?
This free ass game.
When I like bought games.
Dude, is Fortnite tight? Like, I kind of want to get into it, but I kind of don't. Like, I don't know.
So obviously, like, it's kind of like, kids have kind of made it cringy.
Yeah.
But for a free game, it's a lot of fun. Basically, how it is like 100 people jump out of a flying bus.
Yeah, it's like a battle royale.
Yeah.
I've tried, and it's just like, I didn't understand like all the building shit. And I was just like, if I don't understand how to build things, this game is not going to work for me.
I don't do any building on mine.
But you're not going to win if you don't, boy.
Oh, no. I get a lot of victories. FYI.
Really? Right,
yeah.
fair enough.
But, I like post them on Instagram, and then it's just like, I was just like, a victory a day keeps the WAP away. But I go with the theory that if you win a battle royale in Fortnite, like, you get your virginity back. And that's what I did in quarantine. Instead of like trying to work on my music, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite and gotten really good at it. So I don't think I'm ever going to get my penis touched ever again.
That's fair. Honestly, because like I haven't been like working a normal job in like 6 months, I've had way more time to like do everything. I've had way more time to like work on music, but I've also like there will be days where I'll do that for like hours on end and then be like, oh, I want to take a break and do something else. And there's still like multiple hours left of the day. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll sit around and play video games for 6 hours. So I've been playing a lot more games recently just because I've had time. But like, man, have you ever gotten into Dark Souls at all?
No, but I've heard it's really good. I recently just got back into video games from like...
Really? Yeah, me too.
I went from like Wii, maybe PS2, Wii, kind of like that era. Yeah. And then literally a year ago, I got a Switch.
Really? Yeah, I got mine about a year ago too. So, but yeah, Dark Souls has probably been ruining my life the most recently.
Okay, but Fortnite is too much fun. I found like this one website where you can buy like eShop, like cheaper games from like the UK eShop or something like that.
Really? What size is this?
It's like CD.
Your American Switch?
Yeah, but I think you might have to change your country or create a new profile. But like it's CD keys.
CD keys?
Yeah, I got like Overwatch for like $20.
Damn. No, I've not heard of this at all.
Mm-hmm. I actually bought NBA 2K20 on Switch.
Yeah.
But it's no longer like on my Switch, and it was like $5 in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, and then I play. It's 45 gigs like of data on your Switch, and it looks like ass. It looks like pure ass.
Really?
It's like I think about like the Super Mario All-Stars look super good. Yeah. Like Mario Galaxy and Mario Sunshine, they look superb. And it's like, and if you go on the eShop, it's 5 gigs of memory. And then like, I don't know.
Did they remaster those games at all, or did they just put them on the...
They're like legit just ports. Like
they
straight up
look better or anything.
Yeah, I wish they would have just redid 64 altogether.
Dude, have you played the Tony Hawk remakes?
No, I don't have. They're not on Switch.
No, they're not. And I thought, well, I had my buddy over the other night, and he has a PS4, and he brought his PlayStation with him. And I was trying to convince him to get it because I thought they would only be like $10 because I just like heard somewhere that they were. So he got on, but they were $40. And I was like, oh, like those games are cool, but I don't want to go in on that. You know, like I didn't think that they'd be $40. I would spend, 10. Because I was like, hey, I'll go halves on you. If it's only $10, it'll be $5 each, and we'll just play Tony Hawk for the rest of the night. But it was 40. And I was like, I don't want to throw down $20 to play those games. But I mean, like, I loved the games growing up, and I'm sure I'd love them now. But yeah, with them not being on Switch, there's a lot of games I want to try, but they're not on Switch, so I'm just
I want to play that new Avengers game.
What new Avengers game? I haven't heard anything about that.
It's like PS4 and Xbox, but they didn't make it. It's not like MCU based, but like it's just like a random adventure. You know, like the Spider-Man PS4 game?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but just the Avengers. And then on PS4 exclusively, you can actually get Spider-Man in the game.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But I know I want to get a PS5. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it at launch. Wait till like a revision, see if I go with the old one or the new one.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to get one, but I probably won't for a while, if at all. It's like I don't know. I never had a PS4, and I would get one, but now it's like I can't. I mean, I could, but it'd be kind of pointless now because they're on their way out. So it's like I kept waiting to get a PS4 just because it wasn't like at the top of my list, and now it's too late. So it's like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. I guess. Do I want to get that, or do I want to jump up to a PS5? But I don't know. I really they're doing a remake of Demon Souls for PS5, and that looks like it might ruin my life. So I might stay back from that for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, nice thing is I haven't played any PS4 games, so like I think it's backwards compatible. So
I think so. I heard that.
So there's a lot of like you can go into the back catalog with that, and those games are going to get.
That's true too.
And those games are a lot cheaper than Switch games.
Yeah.
Because I think was it the Spider-Man games like $30 or something like that?
Is it? I have no idea. I mean, I'd assume so if it's a game that's 3 years old. Mm-hmm. But
no. Yeah. Well, it's a good investment too if you think about the PS5. You're like, well, it's a Blu-ray player too, so.
So is PS4. So is PS3.
Yeah. So, well, that's the reason why like PS2 was one of like the biggest selling consoles of all time, is because it was right at the birth of like the DVD player.
And PS2. Yeah, no, you're right. Because it was Xbox had DVD, but Xbox came out
a little bit later.
PS2, yeah.
So you're right. It was cheaper for families to so parents would just be like, well, it's a DVD player too. And so the parents would be like, oh, if it's DVD player, then like we have a DVD player now. Yeah. And then, so that's how like they could justify the purchase for the kids, like who wanted the PS2, and then they got a DVD player. So that's why
that was also why Blu-ray succeeded where HD DVD failed, because PS3 had a Blu-ray player built in, and Xbox went with HD DVD, but they had a separate thing you had to buy.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't built in. You had to spend another $100 to buy an HD DVD player to hook up onto your Xbox, and no one bought that, and no one bought those HD DVDs. So Blu-ray succeeded where they failed.
Mm-hmm. That's smart. I mean, I didn't get a Blu-ray player till like 2017.
I've never owned like a standalone Blu-ray player. My Blu-ray player was always my PlayStation 3, and I had a PlayStation 3 up until about like 6 months ago, and it just randomly stopped working.
Now it's like, I stream so many things, and it's like,
yeah. I mean, that's all it was for the end of its life. It was just a Netflix box.
So it's kind of like, and then I like find good deals on like digital movies too. Mm-hmm. I found like this one website I can't remember at the moment, but no, I got like the first two Spider-Man Tom Holland ones for like $15.
Really?
Yeah, like digitally 4K, like
nice.
And I don't know if my Blu-ray player gets up to 4K.
I mean, does your TV put out at 4K?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if the DVD player.
Matter,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just kind of like at a point where it's like 1080p, like. But one thing I think is funny because people complain on the Switch that like the screen is 720p, but like the idea with like screens is that the bigger they are, so the better picture quality you want on them. So
I mean, like a better quality on a smaller screen whenever they make a difference.
So like if you buy a big TV, you want it to be like really good picture quality.
Of course, more pixels cover more space.
Mm-hmm. So it's just I think it's funny, and then I watch just like stupid 80s movies and then weird ass recommend. So like Johnny Pemberton was on Your Mom's House. He suggested The Christmas Lodge. So I was like, I'm watching that.
What is that?
It's this really cheesy chick flick, like Christmas Hallmark movie style.
Oh, I think I remember that conversation, but I don't remember the movie.
It's really bad, but it's fun to make fun of. But anyways, I'm like, this is why I bought a 4K TV to
watch this garbage.
To watch a pun. Then my friend had me watch like The Sorceress. It was like these twins, and it was like this stupid fantasy movie. I'm like, did I really buy a 4K TV to watch this?
Yep, you did.
And then you watch cartoons, and you're like, am I watching cartoons right now?
I love cartoons.
Dude.
What was the last good movie you watched? I'm trying to think of movies I watched recently.
Let me check my Netflix queue because Netflix or Disney. And I'm kind of doubt it's any good. It's a very...
Yeah.
I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries. Just like,
I love that.
Oh, really bad. There was a last week or so I was watching Ancient Aliens to fall asleep.
Of course.
And they had one on like pandemics.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not.
Woke me the fuck right up.
Dude, it was that show is like, I would say sometimes you can say something so stupid, it actually really starts to make sense.
That show's full of that.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
what that show's all based upon.
It's like, you know what? Atlantis could be a real place.
That's what that show is based upon. That show is based upon things that are so stupid that they might actually make sense. Mm-hmm. That's like the mantra of that show.
It's just like, and they don't have like actual people who like should be qualified. Like, it's like ancient astronomers or whatever. Like,
no, they got the guy with the hair.
Yeah. That guy, Papalopoulos or whatever his name is.
I have no idea, but he's crazy.
Ancient alien scholars, something like that. I'm like, that's not. And like, their like credentials are like they wrote a book.
Yeah.
It's like there's no qualification for writing a book.
They
like,
just fucking sat in their room and they wrote it.
Like you sat down, you wrote it. Someone published it, or you self-published it.
Or they
maybe
published it themselves. They just printed a bunch of copies and sold it on Amazon themselves.
Mm-hmm. It's like you can like. It's like being a musician. It's like you. Like to release an album or an EP, like you don't need to be qualified to release.
No, you just have to have a DistroKid account.
Yeah, which is like the best because they don't flag things on YouTube
there you for go. No reason.
But yeah, no, DistroKid's great. And like SoundCloud, like anyone can upload to SoundCloud.
That's true. And
I've heard a lot of bad things on SoundCloud.
Yeah. They don't have any sort of filter. They don't, because a lot of people who are making terrible music don't put any money into it, so they don't pay for the DistroKid account. So Spotify's at least have that level of vetting. SoundCloud, they don't give a fuck. You can upload anything on SoundCloud, and people do.
Yeah. It's like, I'm a spiritual, lyrical, spiritual individual. And it's like, oh my God. Filthy Frank, yeah. God, that rapper's episode, man, I miss Filthy Frank.
I'm a lyrical, miracle, spiritual individual. That just still makes me laugh because I know like 100 rappers that are that same exact like archetype.
It's like, fuck Drake. We're changing the game with this one.
Hell yeah. And fuck the government. Woo! I don't give a fuck.
Woo, yeah.
That shit makes me laugh.
It's like, just download any beat off of YouTube, sing into your little gamer mic, and...
I think it's funny that Filthy Frank and Joji are the same person too.
I know. Well, no, like I think like a year or so ago, I guess someone in a Kiz video put like the Filthy Frank green screen, like "Go kill yourself" or something like that. They like snuck it into like a kids video, and I actually saw a lot of like boomer parents like on my Facebook feed, like get like overly like, "This is wrong. I can't believe you need to watch what your kids are watching." And then like they wanted to interview Joji like about it, and he's like, no comment.
Absolutely not.
What? Like if you don't understand like Joji or like Filthy Frank at all, it's like with like you were saying with your Nadav Googling mousepad.
Yeah,
it's just like if you don't get the joke, like it's not funny.
Yeah, if you take something completely out of context like that, it can always look a lot worse. Just because. Context is really important for most situations, especially like comedic situations where it's based upon like a premise of something,
Mm-hmm. I run like this shit posting Instagram page for a friend's band. And so it's a lot of just like foot fetish memes. And, so I posted one picture. It was an Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was Toph and Katara's like feet, like they're sticking at their feet out, and then I wrote like, TJ, I only watch Avatar: The Last Airbender for the plot, and then like it shows that picture, and like people like just like had a fit about it. Like they're underage women, like it's a cartoon.
It's a fucking cartoon. They're not aged anything.
They're not aged, yeah. And so like people were like got so mad. They're like, hey man, could you just please delete that? This like one chick was like super mad about it, and so I was like, it's like, yeah, I really don't care about her feelings at all.
I think a lot of people just get mad just to be upset about something. I don't know. It's wild. Like, I don't know. Like, people just get mad about the dumbest shit anymore. It seems like I don't know what that means, but like, fuck, man.
I was listening to Annie Letterman's podcast, and she made this point of instead of saying trigger, you say twiggered. That way, it's like sounds as stupid as you are for being triggered. Like I like that. Like, I'm using that for the rest of my life.
You sound like a child with a speech impediment.
Twiggered.
Yeah, that was me when I was like 5 years old.
I'm surprised I never had a speech impediment. I kind of stutter sometimes now, but I think that might just be...
I definitely did when I was a little kid. I walked around saying, my favorite X-Men is Wolverine.
No, I might just be like going through alcohol withdrawal, so that could be why I stutter sometimes.
Yeah, that might have something to do with it too.
So I think that might have been more of the case, but if you drink every day, you don't get a hangover.
That's fair. You just stay drunk, fellas. Woo!
I'm just going to be a little drunk forever. And that is...
I mean, you do you, boo. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
You seem like you got it figured out to some extent.
Not really, but anyways. Okay, so I found this video, and I want your opinion. I want you to tell me who you think you are in this situation of the video. Like, who do you identify with the most?
All right. Is dick and balls? I would
the guy
pulling his shit up. I don't know, because he pull over their head. That's some hockey shit, bro.
Okay. I've never been in a legit fight.
Oh, me neither. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's like, like messing around with your friends fighting, but like not like
do that, man. I don't want to. No, man. I got a pretty face. Don't hit me.
Yeah, well, I always go by the rules. Oh, I think like a year or two ago, I had like my lip got super infected and just got like super poofy, and like it was bad. But I went to the emergency room because the urgent care wouldn't do anything about it. And they're just like, be honest with us. Were you in a fight recently? And I was like, no. Yeah. Me and my friend, I usually go with the rule where you don't like punch, no face or groin hits,
Yeah.
So and they had a good time. It was funny. I walked into the emergency room. It was like a slow day, I guess. Apparently for the emergency room, which is probably a good thing. And I just walk in like, hey. Kind of have like this thing on my lip, kind of infected. And the nurse was like, "Oh, I can see that." She's like being snarky with me back. And there's just a bunch of. Oh, the worst part about that was they hit a steroid in my ass, and like the nurse who actually did it was actually really hot.
Yeah.
Which was the worst thing ever. And then like when they put it in, it was in my ass, so it just like hurt like hell. And like I like hit my back out of place or something like that because it hurt so bad. And so like I'm walking out of the emergency room with a limp.
Yeah. Damn.
Dude, it was. I don't know. It's fine now, but like you're just like, so it's just like, I just feel like I've had like the worst butt sex of my life right now.
Maybe you did.
Oh my gosh, dude. It was
Who do you identify with in that last video?
I'd be one of the guys filming. But that's who I want to identify with, but I'm probably the guy on the toilet. Yeah,
I feel the same way. I would like to think that I'm one of the dudes filming, but with my luck sometimes I would probably be the dude shitting. If I were the dude shitting though, I wouldn't handle it the way he did though.
I would just be like, hey, can you guys leave?
Yeah, I would at least say something, or I'd stand up and just be like, all right, if you're going to film me shitting, then you're going to see my dick, just like stand up and kind of.
It's actually myself. I don't think this is. I think like some states it's like illegal to film someone in the bathroom.
Oh, in every state it's illegal to film someone in the bathroom.
Glad America's that progressive.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I would at least walk up and just walk into another stall and be like, all right, I'm going to finish up in here. Y'all leave me the fuck alone. But yeah, I'd like to think that I would be lucky enough to be someone with a camera.
The camera, yeah. But, like, look at this. All right, I do have a remix challenge. I feel like you're the one person I know who can make a good remix of this song.
What do you got?
So, all right, here it is. Yeah, her flow is so bad.
You ever see some people listen to like 2 or 3 rap songs and be like, I think I got this.
I think I
understand how the hippity hops work.
I think it's people, because there's so much like there's a flow and like a rhythm. It's like singing. I feel like rapping.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely is like a cadencing to it, but it's just like, I don't know. Did you ever hear Macho Man Randy Savage's rap album?
No,
because he has one. It's called Be a Man. He has a song on there called Be a Man, Hogan, and he's rapping about Hulk Hogan, and it's not a great album at all, but it exists, and it sounds like something that's like I don't know, like, what's big right now? Rap? Like, let me listen to a few of those songs and be like, I think I could make a rap
throw on some
album.
Biggie and let's see what's going on.
I think I could do this, and I think I could do it better. Let's do it. So, yeah, that album exists. But I will not be remixing that MAGA Teen song.
I'm a MAGA kid.
I appreciate you thinking about me and, like, presenting it, but I will not be doing that. So
That's fair. This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by FNX Fitness. FNX Fitness is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provide focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. They also have a fantastic clothing line so you can look good while you work out as well, which I always like to look good working out. Hashtag pray for Micah. We all know the drill. With your purchase of any product from the FNX Fitness website, they even donate a gallon of water to a child in need, so you know that each purchase you make really is helping someone out. Using promo code SchwegCast or link in the description of this episode, you can save 15% off your order. Again, that is promo code SchwegCast or link in the description down below. Save 15% on some great performance supplements. Do you know Dr. Phil's on TikTok?
No, what? How did he get on TikTok before me?
I don't know, but it's pretty glorious. He doesn't have a lot, but it's pretty good for what it's on there.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, here we go again. This is Dr. Phil showing his ignorance today, but I've been in quarantine, so I'm spending more time on social media than normal. So I've been finding things that I have no idea what the hell they mean. Come on, guys, you need to give me a translation guide. Here's one. Simp, S-I-M-P. Now, it's like, I am a simp for Dr. Phil. I have no idea. I have no idea. This could be something really dirty or something really stupid. I don't know. I need help. Give me some help. Translation guide, please.
Oh, Dr. Phil's going crazy.
Dude, yeah. But I just think people are simping for Dr. Phil.
Get that on a drop. Get that. Put that on your soundboard. I don't know if you have a soundboard.
I need to set up a soundboard.
Yeah, I've never really looked into how one does that. I assume that there are just programs that do it, but
so I have this thing.
Yeah, you have a machine. Micro.
Yeah, micro. Yeah. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, like if you set that up with the program, you could just use your pads for sounds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like put it like a MIDI keyboard or something like that.
Yeah. Any MIDI controller should work for that, depending on the software you use.
But that was a warm up for Dr. Phil. Oh, I use Logic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can figure it out.
I assume you're like an Ableton guy.
Yeah.
I can tell. With no respect, I love Ableton.
Supposed to mean.
I love Ableton.
Yeah,
I think
great.
I use Logic because it's kind of like the in between Pro Tools and Ableton.
Yeah.
So it's cool. But that was a warm up for Dr. Phil. This is the greatest thing.
Should we have more? All right, let's go.
I only have one more, but this is the best. The best thing. I've been laughing at this for a couple weeks now.
You have to stop commenting daddy on all of my posts. I ain't your daddy. I hate to break it to you, but I ain't your daddy. And your real daddy's probably getting his feelings hurt. I appreciate the support. It's a little weird, but I do appreciate the support.
I've been sending like this to a lot of people. I'm like, I need you to verify with me that you will stop commenting daddy on Dr. Phil's posts.
I ain't your daddy. That's another clip you should get for your soundboard.
Yeah, I ain't your daddy. You have to stop commenting
I'm a simp
daddy.
for Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I would be a simp for Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably take care of you.
I need to start watching, I need to watch his show more often.
Do you really, though?
No, but I will.
No, my parents watched that a lot when I was younger. And, growing up, it's pretty fucking stupid.
I know. I think that's it's like 90 Day Fiancé. That's what's great about it.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on incels. I thought it was going to be funny. It was not funny.
No, it was probably depressing.
Yeah, it was really depressing. But that guy who that 22-year-old kid who shot up like a sorority house or whatever.
How old was he?
22.
Gross.
And he's like, I've never had sex before. I'm like, he didn't even look like that bad. Like it wasn't that bad looking either.
That's the thing. Most of them aren't. Most of them are just really socially awkward dudes, but they're not unattractive or they're not like, dude, like if you just like be social, then like you'll probably, especially if you're like a college kid or you're around like the age of like 17 to 23, if you just go to social situations and meet people, eventually one of them's going to want to have sex with you.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to fuck everyone when they're 19. So
yeah, I mean, I think some of it's like the idea of like they have like a specific beauty standard for them.
Oh yeah. I mean, most of these incels are horrifically misogynistic, which kind of is the reason it all
they're involuntarily celibate.
Yeah, well, who'd have thought about it?
That's why I get mad when people joke around like, you're an incel. I'm like, no, I'm not an incel. I'm a simp, and you're going to say that and respect the title.
I'm choosing to be this
I
way.
am a simp. I am not a...
Yeah, gosh darn it. Put some respect on my
name. Guys, I'm not an incel. I am a simp, and you need to start treating me with more respect.
Well, you know. Yeah, I guess incels.
I talk to women. They just don't like me.
Yeah, gosh darn it. But, I don't know. Are you choosing to be celibate then?
No. Right now, it's like...
Well, there you go. Yeah, for real. We kind of don't really have a choice in the matter.
It's hard. Right? Dating apps are just hard because, like...
Yeah, I don't really bother with them too much.
My personality is not good on the internet.
Mine is way better on the internet.
Yeah, yours, yeah. You're more popular. It's just like... I have a hard time getting people to like me on the internet. Like, I feel like with, like... My personality is pretty good, like, in person. So, it's like you make them laugh and they squint their eyes more and then they can't see your face.
Dating apps are just weird too because it's so like impersonal, and if you like get to text someone before you like physically meet them, you might get like an idea of how they are before you actually meet them, and then when you do meet them, it might not be the same, and it might like be upsetting or something, you know. So I don't know. Those things are weird. I try not to. I don't fuck with them.
True, but here's actually a video of me in real life.
Yeah, let's do it.
There he is. Forget it, girlfriend. He's only got eyes for God. Everything's got a price, but he's a Christian. Hey, Billy.
No. Damn, Billy.
Hey, Billy. Spots. No. So I like to send that to like women who want me to like simp.
Damn, Billy, you could have knocked them both out. Billy, what are you doing with your life?
There's
a Christian.
There's this one chick, I think she wants me to simp for her, but I'm not. And so I sent her like this TikTok, like, I just want to know if you want to become or something like that. And then like, it was supposed to be like boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'm like a chicken club or something like that, like stupid. So I just like mess with them. One time I accidentally sent her this one TikTok, this chick, I was going to use it on like Tinder or something like that. And it's like this chick is like sliding in like on a hardwood floor. And then she says, the person who sent you this thinks you're hella cute. You know, it's just like funny shit to send on TikTok, on Tinder. And I accidentally sent to her. I'm like, I did not intend.
I don't think you're cute at
I
all.
am not interested.
You are not attractive to me in the slightest.
True. I'm like, I do not think you're attractive at all. And I want you to keep it that way.
Is she attractive?
Yeah, she's pretty good looking.
Well, why don't you tell her that she's good looking?
Because that's what simps do, and I'm trying to not.
Not really. Simps, like, give money to, like, I don't know, like, a simp is like someone who posts thirsty eyes on, like, every fucking Instagram thing. You can compliment someone and be sincere in your compliment, and it's just about, like, knowing your self-worth. Like, I guess, like, if someone wants, I don't know, like, if someone slides into my inbox and asks for money, I'm going to be like, no, I'm good. But I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe
well, there's like this, it's a weird psychological trick. I've done a little bit of research on this, but like if you women don't like, they like being complimented, but they don't want to get with someone who's just like constantly.
Who's just straight up of course.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I'm not like gonna, you know, you got to play the game. But no, here's a guy I take all my dating advice from. And I think you might learn something too.
Good morning, my queens of TikTok above 18. I love you all. You guys are gorgeous. Get up, get out of bed, get that day going. Send them videos. We love them.
I love that guy.
I love how it has to specify over 18.
Of course, like, I actually, like, really am not interested. Like, I think my Tinder age is, like, 25 is the youngest.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm 27.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a youngin'. Still, it's like it's that weird age where it's like you're old to kids, but you're young to like middle-aged people.
Yeah.
So it's like just a millennial, I guess. But yeah, no, I get a lot of that advice from him. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. Like when my Tinder is set at like a young age. I'm 31. I just turned 31 this last weekend.
Okay.
And it's weird when I match with someone who's like 21 and I'm just like, dude, I have nothing in common with this person. So it's just like a wasted match. But I don't know. That guy seems like a cool fella.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice guy. I mean, he did specify over 18, so we know he's not a creep.
Mm-hmm. I think my thing is like I do not want to even like get slightly involved with an underage woman. And so it's like
I would hope so.
Like I had the situation in my head where it's like I'm at a bar and I start talking to some girl, and then you always have to like sneak in how old they are, for some reason.
If they're at a bar, then they're over 21.
You'd think, but if she's like, "Oh, I'm 16, I got in with a fake ID," I'd immediately just walk out of the bar, like just.
How many bars are you at where that happens?
Well, I went to a bar once, and like I guess she was 18, like barely legal,
Yeah.
She was just like, "Oh, you have a fake ID?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. And now it's like, yeah, now I'm 27. So it's like 18 is like, there's a 9-year age gap. That's
realistically, I probably don't want to pick up anyone at a bar anyways.
Yeah. Well, not a wife, but
Well, I mean, like that's like, I don't know. That's like a social thing that people say. Like when people talk about like dating, they're like, "Oh, I don't even know where to meet people." Be like, "Oh, just go out to the bar and meet someone." It's like, I don't want to meet someone at a bar. I hate meeting people like at bars, loud ass fucking. We're all drunk and shit, but I don't know.
No, if you're drunk, yeah, and just be.
It's fun. It's fun meeting people at like concerts and shows, but we don't do those anymore. So
yeah.
I don't know where to meet people, man.
Man, I went to a show last year at Exit Inn.
Yeah.
And I was like staying next to this girl who looked just like Brie Larson.
And so what's up?
Man, I wish. Like that's like my biggest regret. And so that's why I'm never going to get married or like commit to any woman ever again because we just made eye contact.
Because she exists, and unless it's her, it's not good enough.
Unless it's real Brie Larson or her, it's not gonna.
Yeah, real Brie Larson is a cutie.
God, yeah. I could simp for Brie Larson.
Well, there you go. Maybe she should start an OnlyFans.
True. She just started a YouTube channel.
Did she?
Yeah. So
nice.
She's playing Animal Crossing a bit. So I mean, I have a 5-star Animal Crossing island. So I mean,
I never played that game yet.
It's super fun. I read like some article before the game came out that like it was really good for like mental health stuff, like your mental health.
It's just because a super peaceful, creative island game.
And you're like, you're like working on things, decorating an island, raising money.
Everyone loves it. I never played it.
So I bought it on launch, and then quarantine happened, and then
yeah, for real.
Now I'm playing. Then I played it a while, and then I got 5 stars, and now there's nothing else I have to do.
Nice.
So it's like. And they won't let you do multiple save files on your Switch. Like, it's like one save file per Switch.
Oh, it won't let you?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Sucks.
It's awful. Because I want to like start a new island, but I don't want to delete my 5-star island in case like a woman wants to see it or something like that. I think that is on my Tinder profile. I think 2 big takeaways. It's Dorothy in the streets, Blanche in the sheets,
nice,
and then 5-star Animal Crossing island.
Ooh.
So
does that get you some swipes though? Do you think the 5-star Animal Crossing?
I talked to one girl about it and she was impressed. But I don't bring up Fortnite. That's just like a no-go. You don't bring up Fortnite.
Yeah, you're right.
I was like, oh.
Can I use the restroom real quick? I gotta pee.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Now, while our boy in here, Grass Kingdoms, is away, just want to mention to everyone here that my Patreon is up. It's currently up. It's brand new, so it's really exciting. Simple right now. It's only $5 a month, and you get ad-free episodes. It is the best way to support the show. And so, go hit up that Patreon. Be my favorite person in the world. And I'm still working on tiers, so if so hopefully I can get some other tiers. I want to make sure you get an incentive for actually like putting money into my Patreon. So maybe an OnlyFans too. Maybe the OnlyFans. So, yep. Let's go ahead and see here. Drinking the Mountain Dew Zero, so staying good. Let's take a look here. Some clips to play. Got it. Okay. And we'll see here. Been some dead air, so but cool. I don't want to edit this. Oh, look, he's back.
Hey, I'm back. Sick.
Okay.
What's up?
You gotta. Let's make a guess of this next clip. I want to make a guess a number of how many people he's slept with. So
Okay. 100.
Hey, yo, who the fuck said Tidy Whities aren't manly, bro? Come on, fuck with me.
I'm saying at least 20.
Yeah, I was going to say at least like 400. Either 400 or 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe a couple STDs in there.
Maybe. I don't know.
I always think, though, like, I think scurvy is the worst disease to catch.
Yeah.
Because that's just embarrassing. Like, I didn't eat fruit for like 3 years.
I didn't eat any fucking oranges for 6 months.
Yeah, and then like with
Do people still catch scurvy though?
yeah, if they don't
Eat fruits and vegetables?
I think it's pretty rare because I think it's like a vitamin deficiency.
Yeah.
So it's just like I think you maybe take some pills, like eat a banana or something like that.
Yeah, because
it's curable.
Yeah, I guess you just fucking eat an apple. I mean, because you know that there are definitely people alive today that don't eat fruits and vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
You know as well as I know, there are people that their entire diet is like frozen shit from Walmart.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
But do they get scurvy?
It's a weird thing because it's like a pirate disease. Like originally, it was because they're on the sea and I don't know what they ate.
Yeah, they can't grow anything.
But I think scurvy is worse than an STD.
Is it?
Because with an STD, you at least got laid.
That's true.
If you get scurvy, you're probably not getting laid.
Probably not.
But speaking of
all my sexual encounters always start with us eating apples beforehand and like feeding grapes to each other. I'm an old school romantic, so every time I invite a woman over, it's just a big bowl of grapes. So, I can't get scurvy. I'm out here getting.
Do you imagine going to a woman's house and she eats cheese nips?
Sure.
I don't know why would you get cheese nips over Cheez-Its?
I think that they're both kind of garbage, if we're being completely honest here.
Oh man, I love Cheez-Its.
Nah, I don't know. I don't really do like the snack thing. I always try, but I always just get like crackers and like goat cheese, or I like hummus. I definitely like hummus. They have this chocolate hummus at Aldi that I really fuck with.
Oh, I mean, I could eat cheese all day, every day. That's why I would never go vegan because of cheese. I could go vegetarian. I will never go vegan.
I've been vegetarian for a few years. I tried going vegan at one point, and it didn't work out. For the same thing, I really fuck with cheese, and it's weird because I don't like milk. I always drink like plant-based milks, but I feel kind of like a douchebag talking like saying milk is gross, but still eating cheese because it's like the same thing.
Yeah, like plain milk, unless it's like chocolate milk or in a cereal, it's like. I like almond milk. I think
I do too.
Between unsweetened almond milk and skim milk, the almond milk is just loads better.
Skim milk is gross though. Skim milk tastes like water.
Yeah.
But like water with like residue in it.
It is weird thinking about like milk when you like think about it like specifically. It's like, well, it comes from a cow's titties. It's meant for like babies.
Who is the first person to like drink that and then like mass produce it or like realize that this is like a thing,
I don't know. I think, let me see. And I think this guy, you might have seen him before. He probably thought of it. And I'm pretty sure he is a high risk for scurvy, too.
I want more women to post themselves breastfeeding their children on TikTok because it is a healthy thing. And any man who has a problem with a woman breastfeeding doesn't understand the benefits the kid gets from it, number one. Number two, if he's squeamish, he shouldn't be on stuff like this. And number three, it is 100% okay. It's part of nature. Because if you can't handle that, then how the hell do you handle needles and all this other stuff in life?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, grow the fuck up, people. Seriously. This is supposed to be an American app now. That everyone gets along and has a good time. Not Mr. Oh, you did not do that. It's offensive. Fuck your feelings. Donald Trump 2020.
What?
I don't get the ending. I was like, you actually make.
What does that have to do with anything? I mean, he's talking about breastfeeding.
Yeah, I know. It came out of nowhere. I don't even get why people get mad at breastfeeding. It's not sexual.
I was really hoping that one of the reasons, I was hoping he'd be like 1, blah, 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 2, blah, 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 3, blah, 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 and 4, because I really like titties. I was really hoping that would be his last reason, and then it would end on that, because I think that would be a strong way to end that. But apparently his love of titties had nothing to do with it. So
yeah, he's probably the only health expert I really go with right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't trust Fauci.
It is natural. The babies get stuff from titty milk.
And what he said, that every world government's economy, they all plan to ruin their own economy to get Donald Trump out of office.
Did he say that in that video? Did I miss that?
Not that one, no. But I've done a little bit of deep dive on him. He's.
I'm not familiar with that gentleman, but he probably.
The entire world, they decided we're going to ruin our economies.
Yeah, because that makes a lot of fucking sense
to get Donald Trump out of office. So
it still makes it's also it makes just about as much sense as people think that every scientist in the history of science is lying to us about the world being flat or not being flat. It makes if that were true, if the world were true, then every single scientist who's ever lived and is living now would have to be in on the conspiracy. And it's just that alone just proves how absurd it is. Mm-hmm. But whatever, these people,
I feel like someone at NASA would be like, okay, everyone, it is flat.
That's what I'm saying. Every single person would have to be in on it. And the whole thing about science is not being in on that specifically, but being we have to find the answers, that's why science exists, is to explore and figure out what we don't know, in its baseline. So to be for someone to be oh, this is all made up and it's all a giant conspiracy is just kind of pretty ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. And I just feel with the flat earth, it's what? Because I feel with a lot of conspiracy theories, there's something to be gained. Yeah. And so I think about what are they gaining from being oh, the earth is round? I
don't know.
Big globe manufacturers. You're just
to make Rand McNally. That's who started this whole conspiracy. Rand McNally, that told us the world was globe, so they could sell globes to schools across the world.
But there's one conspiracy theory. I think it might be a Mormon one. I think, but that Bigfoot is actually Cain from the Bible.
Really?
Yeah. It's destined to wander the earth forever or whatever.
Yeah.
So
he killed his brother.
Yeah. That's a weird theory, which,
I guess, is it weirder than the people that think the world is only 6,000 years old? Those are probably the same people that think Bigfoot is Cain.
True. Vaccines cause autism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Autistic kids, because they got vaccinated.
Well, it's just kind of weird sometimes when you hear about that, because it's the people who are saying that, were probably vaccinated. I'm well, you might have a point there.
Well, are you artistic? Well, there you go.
I have friends named Austin. I'm are you autistic or whatever? Saying his name.
Do that.
It's a great way to tell somebody you love them.
There you go. Just making jokes.
I think a lot of times I might have autism.
I think, I mean, I probably have it a little bit too. It's a spectrum, you know, so it's not like, I think more people have it than like, or at least have a little bit of it than like they put out to be, or like, you know, a lot of people probably have it and just don't talk about it or don't even notice it or anything or acknowledge it. They just think it's one of like their quirks.
Yeah. I think back, I got a lot of C's in school.
Yeah.
And then also I remember the exact moment I watched Mulan 2.
They made a second one?
Yeah. You don't need to watch it. I did a deep dive at the beginning of the Qua. Over on like Disney sequels, and then I got to like Pocahontas 2, and I'm like, this movie's already
Pocahontas?
Yeah. I'm like, first of all, this movie can be a little controversial to like begin with because it's making it look like Native Americans and like European settlers were like friendly to each other to a point.
Oh.
And like the whole John Smith Pocahontas romance is definitely way worse in real life. So it's like, it's already controversial too. And then they're making a second one. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
Well, you know.
The Aladdin sequels are pretty good though.
Which ones?
King of Thieves and Return of Jafar.
Aladdin movies?
Oh, yeah.
What? I only know of The Lion King 2.
Simba's Pride.
That's the only sequel I know that exists.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I once met a girl named, I think, not Katara, is that her name? Kiara. And I was like, oh. She's like, my name's Kiara. I'm like, oh, that's the name of the lion from Lion King 2. Simba's Pride. Like, that's like useless information to keep in public.
Hey, well, there you go, man. It's a mnemonic device to help you remember.
Okay, yeah. Lion King girl. Yeah. Lion King 2 girl.
There you go.
Now, I think the worst one was Hunchback of Notre Dame 2.
They made a second. What the fuck? Why? Did anybody ask for that?
No one asked for any of these.
All right.
It's, they're all on Disney Plus. So if you want to do a deep dive.
I don't think I have. So I really wanted to get Disney Plus. I only wanted it for The Simpsons. I'm a super mega fan of like the first 10 years of The Simpsons. And I was like, fuck yeah, when it was coming out, because I thought that it was going to be on Switch because everyone said it was going to be on Switch, and then it's not on Switch. So I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm not going to get Disney then.
Yeah.
I just want to watch The Simpsons.
It's good. Yeah, the first 10 years after that, I'm like, I always joke to myself that I keep trying to be offensive, but I won't get canceled because I can't cancel myself. I'm like The Simpsons. I can't be canceled.
Dude, yeah, I kind of wish they would take that show out in the back and say farewell to it.
It's one of those things where it's like you want to keep it going, but then again, like,
do you really though?
It's kind of, yeah. I mean, like, I'm only gonna watch first 10 seasons.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I have most of them on DVD, but I still would sign up for Netflix though, or not Netflix, Disney, and just watch them like back to back. But they don't have a Switch app, so until they get a Switch app, they're not getting my $6.99.
It's I have like a Roku. I lost my Apple TV, so I had to get a Roku. And then
I was thinking about buying one of those, but then I didn't because I kind of don't give a shit.
This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by Duke Cannon Supply Company's Beer and Bourbon Box. Duke Cannon hails from a simpler time, a time when the term handyman was redundant, a time when chivalry wasn't considered old-fashioned. Duke Cannon's purpose is simple, to make superior quality grooming goods that meet the high standards of hard-working men. In the history of great duos, the partnership of beer and bourbon is even more important to our way of life than mac and cheese or, if you're British, fish and chips. Comes complete with 3 big beer soaps, a deliciously scented sandalwood soap made with Old Milwaukee beer, a fresh citrus woodsy offering made with the Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, and a warm cedar scent made with Budweiser, and 1 big American bourbon soap. And a rich oak barrel scented bar made with Buffalo Trace bourbon. A perfect gift for the gentleman who appreciates a fine drink and a distinguished fragrance. Use the link in our description to get free shipping on your order over $20. Yeah, if your TV's not 4K.
Yeah, no, mine's like old as fuck. So, this one.
Yeah. That's all I can really say on that. Like, because I get like so annoyed. I'm like, I'm not watching a movie in 1080p. Like, it's ridiculous.
And he's fucking Kids these days.
And I'm like, oh man, my TV's not good enough for video games, and I play Fortnite on the Switch.
Do you remember when every video on the internet was like 244p, and that was like the best you could get?
It was good old days.
Dude, for real, we're so fucking spoiled. Now you're like, I refuse to watch something in 1080p. This is fucking 2020. I'm an adult.
You're just like, and there's like 720. God,
bullshit.
I'm like, why don't I just pop out my VCR and just.
For real, why don't I just pull out the laser disc and start watching some of this shit?
Mm-hmm. My friend accidentally, he thought it was like the soundtrack to Cool Runnings on vinyl, but it ended up being a laser disc.
That's happened to me before. I went out and I saw like, I forget. Well, it wasn't me. It was this girl I was dating. There was some anime movie, and she's like, "Oh, this movie has a beautiful soundtrack." And I was like, "Dope." And we were walking around, and I was like, "That's on Laserdisc." She's like, "Oh, I don't have a fucking Laserdisc player." I was like, "Well, guess you can't get that then."
There was
what's up?
My friend's wife had a boyfriend apparently in high school. For like Valentine's Day, he bought her like a Naruto manga.
Yeah,
which is just like not like if you just know her.
Yeah,
think like white girl autumn type of person. Like that's her. She's cool though. I like her.
Yeah.
If you're just going for like a general aesthetic.
She's not the type to read Naruto mangas though.
Yeah, she's not. So I always joked about her husband just being into hentai. And nice. So I told her, I'm like, I will give you $10 if you gift that to him. If you find that book and gift it to him.
Give him some tentacle porn. Maybe he's into tentacle porn.
My dream, what I really want, I need to actually can make a body pillow of myself, like a case.
That's adorable.
So like, just
probably
like
wouldn't be that hard to do.
Yeah, it's just I think you just get a custom designed pillowcase and
I would just
give it to women for like weddings and stuff like that.
For weddings. Here's a gift on your wedding, the day of your wedding.
The best thing about my friend, I always buy like very sexual gifts for people's weddings because I'm like, they're married now. So
dude, so I have a thing where I always, for people's birthdays, I always get them the porn parody to like their favorite thing. Like whatever, like if it's like a movie they really like or a TV show, I find the porn parody and get them that because I think that's hilarious because porn parodies are hilarious.
They are.
Not all my friends are into it, but welcome.
I brought my friend for his wedding a vibrating cock ring.
Nice.
And then I eventually, like a month or two later, I asked him, like, hey, how'd that thing work? He's like, yeah, it wasn't very good because it was like $10. It's just for the fun of it. And then later, a couple months later after that, I was hanging out with him and his wife, and then I was like joking, like, I bought you a vibrating cock ring for your wedding. And then like everyone else was like, oh, that's so stupid. And then she was like, we never used it. I'm like, bullshit, you did use it. Your husband already told me.
Why? What do you mean you never used it? Why wouldn't you just?
I would use that in a minute.
Yeah, of course. Fuck it. Why not? Party.
That's one of those things. Just like you don't want to like when you hear like girls who use like those insane vibrators, like suction cups and everything.
I'm all for that. Let's party.
I mean, I'm all for women.
Have a good time.
I'm all for the WAP movement, but I feel like then when it has to go to my turn to like do the job, it's like
as far as like the things like the toys that women have versus the toys that men have, like there's a whole lot more thought goes into one of those over the other because like guys have like 3 selections of things. We just have like fleshlights and that's it. Women have like I don't know if you go to Hustler, and you go and you look at all the sex toys. The men's section is over here. The rest of the store is the women's section.
Oh yeah,
there's definitely a lot more thought and insight going into one of those sides than the other, which is fine. It is what it is. But
yeah, it just gives me a lot of anxiety.
What does?
Like having to like do the work on a girl who uses the suction cup 3000.
Nah, fuck it, dude. It's fun. Just go for it.
Like I hope you are ready for an awful time.
Nah, man. That's just you can't go into it with that attitude, man. That's like if you wake up in the morning and you go, "Today's going to be a shitty day," then you're probably going to have a shitty day. So
well, you're just preparing yourself mentally for what's to come.
Maybe, but what if you prepared yourself mentally for success?
Today, I am gonna finger her. That's a good mindset. Always go to the mindset.
You can't manifest like things that affect other people, but I mean, like if you're like going to someone's house and you're like, I think I'm gonna get laid. If you're like, I'm gonna have bad sex versus I'm gonna have good sex, I don't know.
Well, here's something I don't think you can manifest.
I'm actually not a Chad. I'm just the opposite, and I'll prove it to you. Hey, I think you're really pretty, but I also have a lot of respect for you.
Thank you. Want to hook up?
Sounds good to me, but not without your consent. Cool guys get consent. Haven't you heard?
I love that.
I like how he just goes, hi, I think you're really cool. And she goes, cool, you want to hook up? Like, it's just that easy.
Yeah.
But not without your consent. Like, I just asked you. I just gave you my consent.
It's like playing guitar and then you're like, why am I not getting more pussy? It's like, isn't that like 50% of the reason I picked this thing up?
Yeah, basically. That's why most people play guitar. It's half the reason I started playing guitar when I did.
Mm-hmm. And then you realize, like, there's a lane of being a guitar player that women do not like.
Which is, I was into metal, so
yeah. Yeah, I did a lot, so yeah, I didn't really help. I didn't really get a lot of WAP from that.
I'm not, these days, I'm playing more like dance music and disco and pop shit, so I guess I get more WAP based off that, but, like women like fun dance pop music more than they like angry, aggressive metal music. I will say that.
She's like, I'm going to play the entire Master of Puppets album on acoustic guitar.
If you go to that versus like a Justin Bieber show, one of those shows is going to have a lot more women. So,
yeah, I'd rather have women on my shows or incels.
As long as they're of age, though. I don't know if the women you want to be talking to are going to be at the Justin Bieber show.
True. Do you remember that gender reveal party that burned down California?
Yeah, the one that's killed thousands of animals. Oh, shit. What's up, girl?
That's how I want to do it. That's how you do it.
Yo, how uncomfortable would that have been, like, being the person that had to shove that into her butthole?
I feel like she could have done it herself.
Maybe. I mean, like... Do you think if she would have done it herself, she would have seen the color, though?
I think with gender reveal parties, the gender, like the person, it's like to announce it to other people.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Because typically.
That makes sense. Someone has to know.
Yeah. Hopefully a doctor.
I mean, someone at the party setting up the explosives.
Dude, how do you burn down? Do you know what they actually used for that?
I don't know. Some sort of explosive. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I did see like all the headlines that said, it was started by a gender, and I saw all the memes and everything else that everyone was making.
Like 9/11. It's a girl.
Yeah, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Did they have any legal action going against them? Because I don't think they should be parents.
I have no idea. I mean, I think something should happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what. I'm not the person to make that decision, but they definitely shouldn't just like get off scot-free.
Mm-hmm. It's that weird theory. It's kind of like, are we allowing these people to be parents? Like, I just think about how hard it is to adopt a child, but if you just want to have a child yourself, like make one of yourself, like we're just like, cool.
It's not that hard to just like knock it out.
True. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird predicament I always have.
What is?
Just like anyone can have a baby, but not everyone can adopt a child.
Yeah. I don't know why that works. I guess, because you can't tell people not to have babies.
True. I mean, like, you can get them taken away.
Yeah, but you have to have proof. People are going to do it. They're going to do it,
Mm-hmm. It's just, it's just so weird to me. So, I don't know.
Yeah, babies are weird. Just generally speaking.
I kind of wish there was, like, a good male birth control.
Yeah, me too.
Because
condoms are the worst.
Yeah, I'm at a point where it's like, that's it. You either like squeeze it or you get snipped. Like that's the only options we have.
Yeah, and squeezing it doesn't really work.
So yeah, I mean, I've made this weird comparison. Like, not when you wear a mask in public, if you don't cover your nose, it's like poking a hole in a condom before you use it. It's kind of like, what's the point? Like,
yeah, kind of. That's a good comparison to make.
So that is like, I think that's like a genius It's one of my genius things. My other quote, the end.
Genius.
I need to make this a shirt. The end justifies the memes.
Yeah,
so,
I did that.
I need to make that. After,
I think that's true, man. I think, dude, it's crazy how like how memes like influence culture so much these days. Like, what a cultural phenomenon that like memes in and of themselves are.
Mm-hmm.
It's
and
crazy.
Then this guy has some good topics.
Oh, let's see this.
Yeah, just playing devil's advocate, technically breast milk isn't unhealthy for adults.
I just realized I have a lot of breast milk talks.
Is that the end of that video?
Yeah.
That's the whole video? It's technically not unhealthy for adults.
Yeah.
Is that true?
A good point. I mean,
I guess he's... Yeah,
I can't imagine. I mean, we can drink cow milk.
Yeah, and I mean, like... Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be more... I mean, it's just milk, you know? It wouldn't be healthy for... Like, it wouldn't make sense for it to be healthy for a baby and unhealthy for an adult. Still not going to drink it, though.
See, here's one thing. If I ever have a kid, which maybe hopefully God doesn't let me have one, I'm definitely taking a shot of the breast milk. Like, I'm trying it.
Have you ever, like, been with someone right after they had a kid and, like, had a shot of the breast milk on accident?
Well, no. And also, it's kind of weird to ask my married friends, like, wives, for, like, can I get some of that breast milk?
You might have to suck it up for the content.
Like, what's the Chappelle show? Like, y'all need to go down to Queens, find a Lithuanian.
Some, like, Colombian, some breast milk from a Colombian woman or some shit like that.
Like, that is some good-ass breast milk.
That's some fresh Colombian breast milk.
Y'all need to go down to Queens, give me a sugar cookie.
It's a great show. That's a sad one that's not on anymore.
No, I think in his latest stand-up special, it was funny, like, because when Dave, like, went off the face of the earth, he's like, Hollywood's messed up. And then, like, you know, he left and everyone's like, oh, Dave. And then, like, everyone's getting canceled. And he's like, told you.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, it's wild, everything going on. It's crazy. I was the biggest Kevin Spacey fan for the longest time.
It would have been really funny. Someone should have been like, I haven't watched House of Cards, but I can imagine someone just being like, hey, man, could you have waited till House of Cards was over before you came out with that stuff? So we could make sure it has a good ending.
Someone made a joke about that. Fuck, I don't remember who, but they were just, I don't remember who, but someone made a joke about that recently. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, American Beauty was, like, one of my favorite movies growing up. And Seven is another really good one. The Usual Suspects. These are all fucking bangers. And then he turned out to be a creep. That was so upsetting.
His response. I think now's a good time to announce that I am gay.
Yeah. I
think we figured that out, bud.
That's not the issue, Kevin. No one's mad at you about that, Kevin.
But you know who I would send if someone went after me like Kevin Spacey did? I'd send this guy.
Oh. I didn't kill my
I guess
wife.
I am a simp. A samurai infused with massive power. You disrespected Pokimane. And for that, you will pay the price. Forgive me, Pokimane. For I'll have to go all out this once.
Pokimane is a cutie, though. I will tell you.
Oh, yeah. She was in that.
Is legally not guilty. I did not kill my wife. That guy killed his wife.
Not guilty. Oh, yeah. You disrespected Pokimane. I didn't even know. Like, I found that video way before, like, I heard about that drama.
Yeah.
Like, Leafy.
I don't pay attention to any of that drama, but I did hear about that one for a little bit. Kind of, like, because I'm familiar with, like, H3, and then I saw all of this shit with, like, Keemstar recently. Now YouTube just keeps sending me all these drama channels on my YouTube, so I guess I'm up to date with some of the YouTube drama. I cannot listen to most of that shit, though. It's just like, I don't fucking care about these strangers talking shit.
Yeah, I watched the iDubbbz Content Cop because I didn't know who he was before.
I always like those. Yeah, those are always kind of funny.
Then I learned who Leafy was, and I still didn't like him.
No, who is?
Lewis? Oh, no, Leafy.
Oh, yeah, I'm not familiar with his content at all. But yeah, I know he's the dude giving Pokimane shit and doing some other stuff. I don't think I've ever seen a single video of his though.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like his audience is like edgy 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's why I don't get who likes Keemstar either.
Edgy 10-year-olds.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
The same kids who like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, edgy 10-year-olds.
I know. But yeah, I get most of my drama news from H3 because they usually...
I guess so, but I legitimately... I couldn't even, like, even if I tried to give a shit about YouTube drama with, like, all my heart and soul, I just can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's, like, so many YouTubers, like, I don't care about, and those are the people with all the drama.
Yeah, for real. I don't know, like, I don't understand how there could be... You're just content creators. You're just making videos. Unless you're someone like Keemstar who creates all of his content based around other people. He's like, his whole thing is starting shit, so it's just like, it makes sense for him to be that character, but it's just like, fuck man, like if all you're doing is just making YouTube videos, like why do you have to like bring like petty bullshit into it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't like start drama. I've had some drama with other people, like creators, but like I've never the one who, I don't know. People for a while thought this was a Christian podcast, and
what were they
so
giving you drama about?
For not being Christian on my non-Christian podcast.
It's not a Christian podcast.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just like, I just honestly, if someone like doesn't like something, I just don't care.
Yeah, that's a good attitude to have.
It's just like, yeah, I don't care about, like, the chick who got mad about, like, the Avatar The Last Airbender feet meme. It's like, it's a cartoon, and it's a shit posting group. And I think about, like, shit posting groups.
Yeah.
You post, like, absurdly offensive things.
Yeah.
For, like, the sake of,
cartoon, so.
like, being offensive intentionally.
For the sake of being offensive.
Yeah, so it's just like, that's why you say twiggered. That's why I love that.
That is pretty goofy. I might have to do that.
Mm-hmm. But let's go into a controversial topic.
Are you ready to talk about a really controversial topic?
You know what? I am. One time I sat on a golf ball by accident, and I didn't hate it.
All right, fair enough.
They actually kind of, like, my friend has a beard like his, so like it's just let me pull up. It's my friend Micah.
Was that your friend on the TikToks?
No. Well, he kind of looks like him. Well, I mean, like, you know when like someone just could slightly resemble someone.
Yeah.
And so like you're just like, that's you. Like this is my friend too. We decided with Mark and Leo, like which one, like I'm Leo and he's Mark. So I can be like, come on, Mark, don't be stingy. See if I can. God, where was my... Okay.
Don't be stingy, Mark.
Come on now, Mark, don't be stingy. Played that last episode. It was
a good one.
Okay, I found a picture of him. So that's him.
Okay.
And then behind here... So it's just like just slightly enough. You could just be like, that's him.
Those are the same dudes.
I know. One time he told me, actually someone else told me because he wouldn't tell me because I was going to make fun of him. But apparently like they were adjusting something in like a closet and then like he like fell or something like that. Or the chair broke and like a pointy end of the chair like went straight into his ass. So that's actually even like more funny with that video. He's like, you know what?
Hey, this isn't that bad.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of liked it. But stuff with the guys, I'm just like, it's weird at some extent, but as far as I want to know, it's like, would I get pegged? I'm like, well, one, I bet she better love me. So that's, if I don't love her, that's a different thing.
All I will say is with enough lube, anything is possible.
That is a great lesson. Enough lube, anything.
All your dreams are possible with lube.
I really do. I'm more of a coconut oil fan.
Yeah, me too. It's tasty.
True. Like, you know, go from mouth to vagine very quick. Pretty seamlessly.
Mouth to ass.
Oh, I saw this one post where I think if guys can't get a boner, they can just take gas station boner pills. But if a woman's not like wet down there, like then like the guy just spits on her, and so it's not equal. And then like someone commented, the commenter is like, you can buy lube at 7-Eleven, and then the next person's like, and ketchup.
Which one works better, guys?
I think ketchup would be cheaper.
Only one way to find out.
But yeah, no, definitely. I would probably not use ketchup. So I feel like she'd get an infection.
I think if I were with a girl and she told me to use ketchup, I'd probably be like, all right, this is a little too much for me, sweetness.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
It was like the episode they did with Ryan Sickler. Like he's like, this girl want to give me a blowjob on the toilet.
Oh yeah, the good.
I'm like, you'd get piss in your mouth, like.
Maybe. I'm
like 100%.
All right in the moment.
With me,
kind of gross. I don't know if I want to like hang out in the bathroom though. Like,
yeah,
like this is going to take me a lot quicker to poop than for you to finish, and I don't want to like sit here with this poop festering in this toilet just because I'm getting my pee-pee kissed on.
Yeah, it's a big problem for me. Well, no, I definitely, because I pee when I poop, so it's like, it's definitely.
Yeah, most people don't. So, maybe she's into that. I'm sure that, like, the girl offering to give you a bumpkin has thought about that before, though.
Yeah.
If this is something that they enjoy doing, they kind of, have to think about that.
Yeah, that's something, like, I think that's one of my limits. Like, you got to realize what you're into. Like, I'm definitely not into the cuckold stuff.
Yeah.
Never had a finger in my butt, so I don't even know if I like it or not.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, try it yourself. I'm like, it's different with another person. Like,
That's true. So. I was actually having a conversation with someone last night. I was hanging out with a group of dudes, and they were saying something about, like, getting hand jobs. And they were saying, they're saying, like, they were boring. They were, like, underselling, like, the hand job. And they're like, well, why would I like a hand job? I could just go home and do it to myself. And I'm like, well, that's not a hand job then. It's like half of the appeal is having someone else be the one doing it, so you can just kind of like sit back with your hands behind your head or whatever you want to do. But just, I don't know, just kind of.
I've never had a good one. It's just, I think porn makes it look too good.
I mean, not since I was like 17, but like I don't think I've gotten a hand job since I was like 17.
Yeah, it's like a kid thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if someone was like, hey, I want to give you one, I want to say no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd take it, yeah.
It's like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's hang out.
It's like a woman, if like, you want to see my titties? I'm like, yep.
Sure, yeah, I would.
Even if I'm not attracted to her, I'm like, yeah, I'll see it.
Now that you mentioned it, I would very much like to see that.
I would like to see them.
Most
Can I bring some friends along for the ride?
Can I take a picture for my Instagram?
It's like, can I keep a memory for the good times?
Post this on my Snapchat.
This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by Honey. Honey is a free browser extension you can download using the link in the description of this episode. Honey searches the entire internet for promo codes, coupon codes, free shipping, and anything else that will save you money when buying things online. It is 100% free, and at no point will you have to pay for it with any microtransactions. It's just as simple as pressing a single button, and you can start saving money. It's that simple. I use Honey myself. I've been using it for years, and it's a great way to save money on pizza. It's a great way for me to buy audio equipment online. It always saves me money. I've gotten 40%. I've gotten 50% even before. It is so great. I love Honey, and you will too. And if you don't use Honey, it's basically throwing money away. So use the link in the description of this episode. Install it on your web browser, whether that's Chrome, Safari, Opera, whatever it's called, and start saving money on things you buy every day anyways.
What's this?
Coming out to get you. I'm coming out of the basket and I'm not a snake. Hey there, I'm not a snake, but I feel like I'm gonna go back in, going back out.
That's your parts. Damn, she's a classically trained singer.
I know so many women like that.
Yeah.
They would be exactly like that if
Are
they
they
took like a
all-
20 milligram edible.
Are they all like 80 years old? Maybe that's what she did. I mean,
I feel like, yeah, it's like it sounds like an edible. Like specifically, it's like not meth, not cocaine, not even just smoking weed. It's an edible.
Susan Robertson gets high as fuck and make TikToks.
Yeah, like it has to be weed. A lot of older people are getting into weed randomly.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not like legal everywhere, but it's definitely has so much less of like a bad reputation than it did like 40 years ago. You know.
Yeah, you see, like just like normal business people, like in like California or Florida, which is weird to say business people in Florida. But like they'll just be like, yeah, do my 9 to 5, go home, smoke some weed,
get high as fuck. Yeah, I think that in our lifetimes we'll see a full federal legalization. I would hope so. I don't really make those decisions, but
yeah, I can see it, especially at least medicinal.
I'm crossing my fingers. The thing that sucks is that Tennessee will probably be the last state to do that shit.
Yeah, Tennessee, I'm assuming it'll go when it becomes like federal.
Yeah.
Like that's when Tennessee will legalize it.
Yeah, for real.
Missouri legalized medicinal, but I don't know.
I think Missouri legalized everything, medicinal and recreational. I might be wrong. I
think so. I have friends in Missouri. I think they're still, but I don't think they have any dispensaries opened yet.
Well, no, they definitely do. Wait, no, never mind. I don't remember. I was on tour last year, and I remember, but I don't think it was in Missouri. I think I was in Arkansas at the time. But I remember seeing like a dispensary and walking in and being immediately told to leave because I didn't like. I just walked in because I was like, hey, I think there's weed over there. I'm going to walk over there. And then they were like, do you have like a card? And I was like, nope. And they're like, well, you got to leave. It's like, all right, cool.
Well, I like the Tom Segura is like, this expired 4 years ago. Come on, man. All right.
Come on, man. Just let me in.
That's what I imagine. It's really bad when you like are like a regular at a liquor store like I am. Mm-hmm. And so like I look so young, so I'm so used to pulling out my ID. And then they're like, "Oh, no, you're fine. We know you." I'm like, "Oh, this is sad."
Oh.
I think that one of the saddest things was when I was in college. I'd go to Little Caesars a lot.
Yeah,
because I'm fat.
I follow Little Caesars.
And the woman's like, right before I moved here, she was just like, "Oh, you come in here all the time. I should know your name by now." I'm like, "Damn it!"
People shit on the $5 hot and readies all the time. But I fuck with those.
Yeah, it's like it's $5. Like, quit complaining.
If you get the cheese dip, also like they have like a jalapeno cheese dip.
Oh man, dude, their stuffed crust I think is the best stuffed crust.
Yeah, I don't think I've had it, but I believe it for the sake of this argument.
And then their like deep dish is like Detroit style, which Detroit, don't sleep on Detroit style pizza. That stuff is good.
I have no idea what separates Detroit style pizza from.
It's deep dish, but not Chicago style, and so I can still consider it a pizza. What they'll do is like they'll do like these square rectangle pans, and then like put sauce and cheese all on the sides. So like when it like melts, like it'll get like these crispy bits on the crust.
Yeah,
and it's like it's magnificent.
Word, oh yeah.
So do not sleep on Detroit style. I think I like New York a lot, but I think second place.
Yeah, I will say, I lived in New York for a short amount of time when I was younger, and I do remember like going out of my way to get pizza way more often just because I don't know if it was like, I mean, pizza's always good, like I haven't had a lot of pizza where I've been like, oh, gross afterwards. But I do remember like going out of my way in New York, maybe because I was in New York and it was just like, I felt like New York pizza was better, but it was just like, fuck man, this pizza's the shit. I'm going to eat this every day. Like,
dude, I could eat pizza every day if I wanted to.
I mean, I think anyone could eat pizza. It's just if we should.
Yeah, no.
I don't have the best idea.
But, oh, man, I can just destroy. I know next time I'm in New York, I want to do, like, this pizza tour.
Yeah.
And, like, they'll, like, tour, like, all the big pizza areas. And there's, like, a guy I follow on Instagram who owns a pizza shop in New York. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, oh, man, this, like, I'm such a nerd for pizza.
Yeah, I feel that, dog. I really want to go somewhere, but I kind of like we can't right now with everything going on. But like I really can't wait for the world to kind of like settle down again for a lot of reasons. But you know, I want to go somewhere, and I want to like start performing and playing music live again. So that shit's fun. But
I know, and I stopped doing like music live streams. It's just like, if I want to play to an empty room, I want to play to a different room than my home studio.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while, and like still do from time to time. I enjoy it because it still kind of keeps you like sharp as far as like performing, you know, your performing tools and whatnot. It still keeps you sharp in that respect. But yeah, it is kind of weird making that transition from like playing like you'll never replicate like an actual live audience in any way, shape, or form. Just like the energy you get from like people that are like cheering and dancing in real life versus, you know, people that are like typing in shit in like a chat on Twitch or whatever.
Just like kill yourself.
Well,
it's better in person. I think.
Kill yourself in between songs.
God,
Thank you. Kill yourself.
Like the worst show I ever played, which I don't think I actually was playing that bad. It was just like the worst moment on stage. It was a woman.
Where was this at? Was this here in town?
No, it was in Missouri. So I was playing, and I think it was just me and acoustic guitar or something like that. And so I'm just like, all right, I got 2 more songs to play today. And
Kill
then,
yourself.
No, and then this woman, she was just like, good, you suck. And I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Damn, bitch.
No recovering from that. I'm like, thank you. I should have just been like, I'm done. See ya.
All right, then, thanks.
Come
up here and play some.
You're just like, God, I feel that's how I feel. Like, I bet comedians feel when people like heckle.
Yeah.
Just like, God damn it. It's like,
Oh,
my
yeah.
flow's.
I mean, yeah. I feel like that probably happens more to comedians, I guess, because like the culture around it is more so. But yeah, I guess musicians do get heckled like comedians do.
But I was like, usually it's like, you know, fun banter or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But
I've played a lot of shitty shows, like in front of like little to no audiences, but I don't think I've ever been like heckled by an audience member.
That was like the one time. Usually have like fun back and forths, you know. Like that's pretty usual. I can get used to that because that's not like ruining your rhythm too much. Like, but that, good, you suck. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Damn, lady.
There's like 15 people there.
I couldn't if I tried. What a rude lady.
God, that was rough. I'm actually still recovering from that. I think it happened in like 2013.
I really wanted to kill myself for a while there, but you know, whatever.
It's like kill yourself. Thank you. I will after this.
All right then.
I will. I have 2 more songs though.
That's actually the plan later tonight, lady. Thank you. Yeah.
This is my last show. We're breaking up.
Yeah, my solo act is breaking up.
Solo act is breaking up because I'm killing myself.
Well, there you go.
Do you have any rough show stories?
I mean, like, none that are super exciting, man. Like, I've played a lot of garbage. You know, I've just played a lot of shit where beforehand we were all like, this is going to be so big, this is going to be so big, and everyone's promoting and blah, blah, blah. And then the day of the show, like 4 people show up. You know, and so it's like, and also realistically, and you probably know this too, but like, if you are a performing musician, the longer you do it, the more you realize that like the majority of your shows, at least for like the first few years, are going to be shit. So you kind of just get used to playing garbage shows. And like every now and then you'll come across something good, but it's like you're going to play a lot more empty rooms before you start playing like sold out places.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it is. So it's like, I can't think of anything specific because like I've played a lot of shows from like, you know, back in the day when I was in a band. And then, you know, after that I started like DJing to even now when I'm performing, you know, I played a lot of shows and a lot of them are trash. I played a lot of fun shows too, but you know, I've definitely played a lot of bullshit, nobody in the room houses or shows where there are people there. And then when you go up to set up, they all decide it's time to take a cigarette break. So I played those shows too, where you're like, man, there are so many people here. Now fucking no one is here. And you just kind of suck it up and just say, well, I guess like I guess this is just like practice, if anything. You know, I look at this like another practice.
I played a show. It was a 4th of July show, and then the band that played after me, they went up. They had to like stop. It's a 30-minute set, so they stopped and like had like two of the members like switch off doing solo performances so they could take a smoke break. I'm like,
you can't just go 30 minutes without cigarettes?
Yeah, I don't know. That was just like, what the hell?
You're getting paid to play a gig, dog.
And I also got really mad because I was selling CDs for $5, and then I also had a tip jar, and someone tipped $5, but no one bought a CD. I'm just like, hey, I support you, but I don't want to listen to this shit ever again.
All right, that's fine. Whatever. I'll just keep it myself. That's just another CD I can sell.
Oh, one time, like I had like my CDs in my car, and I guess I forgot to lock it. So someone like went in, like like people don't like rob your car; they like steal your like iPhone car charger and all that stuff. And then like they didn't steal any of the CDs, which that made me upset.
Nah, this shit looks like trash. This album art is garbage.
This album looks like ass. I'm not listening. Maybe
if
they
I
popped.
were to break into someone's car, I would definitely steal a CD. Like as much as I hate like struggle rap or whatever. If someone wants to come up to me and give me a CD, I'll always take it and at least listen to like 1 or 2 tracks.
Oh, yeah. If someone's like, I have a mixtape, I'm like, I'm listening to this.
All right, I'll check it out.
Because I'm going to make fun of you on the internet.
It will probably suck, but let's party. I'll listen to it for you.
Oh, yeah. Nope. All in. I'm all in for anyone's mixtape. Like, yes to whatever you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So how you been handling COVID and everything?
I mean, the show like moved to Zoom.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we were going to move to
Did you
video.
used to have like face-to-face conversations?
Oh, yeah. So this is it wasn't here. And so I'm working on like the set, and I was like slowly transitioning to moving it to video.
Yes.
And so, which took a while. So there was like a huge break between some shows. But anyways, and then COVID hit. I'm like, I'm going to just start doing it over Zoom because it's gonna be easy to record and everything.
Like so many people are doing that these days too.
So I'm not, because I have a co-write tomorrow I'm doing in person, so I guess we're just not going to kiss each other on the lips.
Oh man,
it's like, dang it. I know one day.
That's half the reason I'm here.
It's half the reason I do co-writes for kiss
guys,
each other on the
just
lips.
Want to kiss.
But
where are you doing a co-write at?
Oh, in here, in my room. This is my studio.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it's cool. You're looking at the non-exciting side, but I have like a huge desk set up, and this is where I live stream. And
how have you been? Are you working?
I mean, this, and then trying to work on an EP. Actually, calling it Ride or Die.
Nice.
After your mom's house.
Yeah, FGTRTD.
Yeah, no, the title track is Ride or Die, parentheses, FGTRTD.
And for Girls That Ride to Death.
Yeah. So I just love that.
This is hilarious.
No, it's so good. I love that show. And so it's kind of like a good old dedication to them. So
yeah, so, they're lovely. I'm really trying to find a way out to like Los Angeles to meet some of them somehow or something. Like
they all follow you on Instagram, so
yeah, they do. So
they could easily slide. You can easily slide in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Tom Segura probably gets like hundreds of messages a day. So I mean, like it's whatever. I'm not like worried about it. It's just like I figure something will come up eventually. Like I'm just doing everything I can and just like working on my own stuff. But it's like every time they like mention me or something, I always get a bunch of new followers on all my pages. And, you know, like I definitely have like a big bump in fans since then. And I just kind of figure, I've seen a lot of growth and momentum in the past few months based off of, you know, like, cause I've been on their show a lot and just, I've been doing a lot of my own other stuff. So I just kind of feel like, you know, if I just keep working hard, eventually something will come up out of it. And if I do get any sort of success, it will just all come back around. So, you know, it'll happen eventually. We're working on it.
Yeah. Well, no, that's how I heard of you. So that's like, you messaged me. He's like, hey, I'd like to be on the show. And I'm like, I was like, holy shit, you're Grass Kingdoms.
Hey, the one and only.
I know. I was like, oh, I know you. Like,
yeah. What part of Nashville do you live in?
I live by the airport.
Oh, okay. I live over on the west side.
Oh, yeah. West side's
you live in the
nice.
same city. Wow, crazy.
I know. I love doing these. Like, we're in the same. Because I've been having some friends up from, like, Missouri and Indiana, like, come on the show. Because, like, we're on Zoom now. And so it's just like, this can be pretty easy. And this is kind of how the show is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's, like, people in town. You're like, oh. And they'll, like, meet people. I'm like, oh, you live in town, too. I was like, I thought you lived somewhere else.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, no, it's pretty cool to me. But, hold on. I got a good inspirational video for you.
Oh, let's see.
I got to find it first in my folder. But, where is it? Some dead air here. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is one, for hard work. And anyone out there wanting to work hard and to reach their dreams, I want to play this inspiring video for you.
Let's do it.
I've learned in my short time on Earth that things are not usually as much about talent as they are determination and hard work. Very few things in life come without a commitment and without dedication to the cause. Hone your craft. Practice. Work on your dreams and carry your dreams into the day your dreams carry you. Sure, you may have some mistakes. You may have some failures along the way, but don't let those be discouraging. Use those failures as stepping stones to do better the next time. Always remember, friends, never give up on your dreams.
Slow.
Yo, I can't do any of those things. Like, not
Yeah, I can barely do the guitar part.
I can't do any of those things standing still, let alone on a skateboard.
Oh, yep, but with hard work and determination, you can also do that.
That guy's a legend.
Mm-hmm. Well, thinking about it now, Tom has got a vasectomy, so, like, he gets to come in at all of us.
Yeah, he gets to just drop loads into anyone and everyone. Lucky guy.
I know. I had a friend who got a vasectomy because he has 3 children, and I think the third one was an oopsie. So he got a vasectomy, and so it's hard to get information out of him about that. But
what do you mean?
I pester. Well, no, he has a lot of pride.
Oh, well, information, how so?
Well, there's so he says he doesn't like it when I send him TikToks. But then he sent me one the other day. I'm like, you fucking coward.
What the fuck, dog?
And so he likes to lie. And so for a while he was like, I don't listen to music during sex. I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like,
a little bit.
The silence is just weird. Like, what, you want to hear the faucet drip or something? I don't know. Like, and then he told me, he's like, this is some good. Then he sent me an artist to listen to. I'm like, this is some good banging music. I'm like, hold up. When did this change?
Make up your mind, friends.
And so.
Who was the artist?
Can't remember. I don't think I actually listened to it.
Oh.
People send me recommendations all the time, and I'm like, I can't listen to this shit.
Because I'm not having sex. This is rude.
Yeah, so got to flip the vinyl over. I'm like, it's just inconvenient. So, but no, with the vasectomy, what I actually learned from Tom says, like, you have to, like, nut 20 times and then, like, do it in a cup and give it to the doctor just to count the horsemen.
Yeah.
So, so I just, like, I text him, like, I learned that you have to nut 20 times after a vasectomy. Don't ever act like you're better than me.
God damn.
Yeah.
Over the course of 3 days, not 20
Oh,
times.
no, you can space them out.
Yeah, obviously.
But I just like the idea of, like, yeah, you had to jerk off 20 times after that. So it's like,
keep it and, like, into a cup or just do it?
I think it's like, so you kind of have to. So I guess when you get the vasectomy, you still got some active swimmers in there.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to get them all out before, like, legit just going raw dog. And so, and then after like 20 or something like that, you do it again. And then the doctor checks, like, see if there's any, like, active sperm in there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just to see your count.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I like it. That's like a secret hush hush thing about vasectomies.
It makes sense though. Makes sense. The life, man. The life. Never having to pull out and just into anybody. No holds bars. That's the life I wish to live one day.
But yeah, speaking of getting girls pregnant, I want your opinion on this and ask if you know anything about it.
Does your vagina turn green or blue during pregnancy?
What?
I don't know. Does it? Does it turn either of those?
I have no clue. There's a lot about the female anatomy I don't know.
Most things.
And like a conversation we had earlier, I really do advocate for men not talking about women's reproductive rights, because I don't even know how breast milk works. Like, there's a lot of just things about it I just don't get.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just like, so it just happens out of nowhere, and then like,
Yeah, it's just kind of there. I don't know what it's there for, but it's there.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of things in there. Like, I didn't know until I was like a senior in high school, like women wipe after they pee.
Like, they just kind of walked up and floated away.
I just didn't know.
It just wiped itself.
I like guys, we don't have to wipe after we pee, so it's just kind of like
you're right.
you just don't think about it. I didn't have sisters either, so
yeah, that's true. I didn't either. I grew up in a house full of dudes,
and so like, and then periods are just a weird thing.
Yeah,
like I always thought like women were so like super hush hush about it. They know like was a cashier at Target, and women are not. They don't like I guess women my age like do not give a shit about their periods. They're like, yeah, I'm on my period. I'm like, cool.
They don't.
Explains the attitude. But he's like, no.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Ruffle.
Dude,
funny,
yeah,
man.
But yeah. So what color do you think it turns?
I don't. Maybe green, because it's like green is the color of life, you know, like grass and green lights on the freeway, or not the freeway, but you know, street lights and shit.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
If I were to guess.
Yeah. I guess
I don't think it turns either color, but I mean, if I were to guess,
I would say purple would be my first guess.
Isn't that a mixture of green and blue, though?
Actually, no, red and blue.
Yeah, you're right.
I know a thing or two about
what
colors.
Is green and blue?
Green and blue, I think. Well, no, I don't think it would be anything, because green's not a primary color. I know.
Red, green, and blue. Yeah, it is.
Blue and oh wait, I thought red, yellow, and
RGB, dog.
Oh,
Diablo 2 is a great game. So is Doom.
Oh my god, are these fucking Pokemon cards? Holy fuck. Is that a Charizard? Can I get a ho yeah? Ho yeah!
I love that video. Oh my god, are these fucking Pokemon cards?
Just if only it were that easy.
Actually, it is. Well, I don't have Pokemon cards anymore, so.
I mean, realistically speaking, I bet that's not too crazy. Like, I mean, if any girl is going to swoon over Pokemon cards, it's going to be a girl in 2020. It's going to be like someone now, you know?
Yeah. I think girls like coming to my place to see a record collection. They're like, this is a red flag.
Well, what records do you have?
I have a lot. I keep buying more. That's the problem. I buy like new albums and old albums.
Yeah, me too.
So I like a mix, and I have like two different shelves. Top one's like albums after 1990, and then the below one's albums before 1990.
Oh, that's dope.
And then it's like loose alphabetical order, so it's like A's in this general area, and then B's, and then C's. Like, but it doesn't have to be like exact order.
That's dope. Hell yeah. So I've never had a woman come over and say something negative about a record collection. Most chicks like that shit.
It's like, oh my god, are these records? Oh my gosh, is that pet sounds?
I don't know about them like squeezing their tits like that. But,
oh my god, are these?
But I mean, like, I've definitely had someone come over and be like, "Let's play a record, babe," and they'll be like, "Oh my god, yes."
It's like, oh my gosh, are these? Is this Boston More Than a Feeling?
Yeah, obviously. Who doesn't like Boston?
More Than a Feeling. I love. Yeah, I don't know. I like records a lot.
Yeah,
I need to, but I sometimes feel like I don't listen to them enough. You know, people come over, I'm like, let's put on.
They're actually my turntable's kind of out of commission right now, so I have a bunch of records, but I don't have like anything to play with them because I got to get a new like needle for it, and I gotta like get cable it up and everything, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
I really want to get like a super nice record player. I have like a cheap one, but like the speakers are good for what I have. So it's not the best experience, but it's better than like a Crosley.
Yeah,
like speaker.
Mine is fine. I have a cheap one, but it's fine. Like it doesn't have speakers built in, so I can run that into any speakers I want. But it's not the greatest, but it works. Whatever, you know.
The ones with like built-in speakers are like the only convenience of it is like if you're gonna like go on a road trip and you want to bring your records with you, it's just like
trash. Those are garbage 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, most of the speakers aren't good at all.
No, and a lot of those have like needles that you can't remove. So when that needle breaks, before the rest of the turntable breaks, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, I remember in college we'd have like people come over and play Cards Against Humanity. And I'm like, all right, we're listening to my records because this is my home and we're going to feel something. It's educational. All right, here's Sufjan Stevens, Carrie and Lowell. All right, here we go.
Nice. Nice. I feel like crying today, goddammit.
It's like, feel like crying, and it's the 4th of July. We're gonna listen to this.
We're gonna fucking cry today. Nice.
Feel like this guy has a lot of good points.
Yeah, what's up?
My mom said I can't eat dino nuggies anymore. She said I need to grow up. That's fine, Mom. No more dino nuggies. No more grandma's ashes. Who can play that game, Mom?
My favorite. I think it's a good compromise.
What's up?
I think it's a good compromise. No more
dino nuggies. No more grandma's
ashes.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can play that game, Mom.
Yeah.
TikTok is our home.
TikTok is our home.
TikTok is our home.
But this girl, I think she's onto something.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not, baby. Mommy, Daddy's lying, right? About what? About boys don't have vaginas.
Dumb little girl.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, most definitely. She's gonna grow up and be a cool girl.
It's gonna be really cool. What was it like? Bert Kreischer was talking about like he used to sleep nude, and then like he ran out of the room with his daughters, and there's like, "Dad's vagina, Dad's vagina."
Gross. No, I didn't.
That is perfect. Gross. I feel like his kids have seen his dick way more.
Probably.
Than like a normal child sees their dad's dick.
Have you ever seen your dad's dick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So
I've also seen your dad's dick.
Yeah, it's not that impressive. 5 out of 10.
I mean, I don't know. My dad's dick managed to. He's still married to my mom. Fucking 36 years later. So
I know my parents are married, and they're like the kind of couple like, yeah, I don't see them ever getting divorced.
No,
but I had a weird dream a couple nights ago, and
Yeah.
actually texted my dad this, no response. That him and my mom got a divorce, and then he was supposed to pick me up somewhere, but he started a fight at a strip club and is in jail, and they wouldn't let me get the car.
Okay.
At some point, I was just like, fuck it. I don't care about him. I'm not going to get him out, but can I just get the car?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we got to investigate it. Like, for what? It was a weird dream. I woke up just more confused than anything.
Yeah, I can see that. I believe that.
It was a nightmare. Okay. This one may have to end soon because I don't want to keep you forever.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna be making dinner pretty soon, so it's all good.
But do you do this when you're in the public bathroom?
Find out.
Dang it. Hey, dude, can you hand me some toilet paper? Yeah, sure. Give me one sec. All right, thanks. All right. There you go.
That is like my favorite
I thought
TikTok.
that was someone else. I saw another dude who he like gives people stuff under the door.
Oh, like Stallbro or something like that?
Yeah, he's giving them like gift cards.
Hey, dude,
Yeah,
do you want
one guy
to
had like a turkey and was like, "You gonna celebrate Thanksgiving?"
Yeah. Oh, there's one. It's like I think the guy like who really freaked out about it was just like, "Hey, man, do you want a pretzel?"
He's trying to fight him. And
hey,
like
man,
he threw like a pretzel at him or something, and then he started like knocking on the door. He's like, "I'm just joking."
I think food, I wouldn't take it, but if it's a gift card, I'm like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I would definitely take it. Take a gift card. That's basically free money at that point.
The giant turkey. He's like, hey man,
That's
are you celebrating
hilarious.
Thanksgiving?
I just went to the mall with a cooked turkey and just walked around with a cooked turkey.
It's like, man, happy Thanksgiving.
Sat in the bathroom and just waited with the cooked turkey.
And apparently he actually like drops chunks when he's
Nice.
When he's actually doing it. So
nice. So he's not wasting his time. Good to
yeah.
know. Good to
Getting a good
know.
load. Well,
Good
man,
stuff.
I'll let you go. We've been going for a good minute. Where can we check all your stuff out at?
All my social media is at grasskingdoms. That's a GRASSKINGDOMS. Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. I got a bunch of shit on Spotify or wherever you stream music, Apple, Deezer, whatever that is, Tidal, all that stuff. Everything is pretty uniform. Everything is under Grass Kingdoms. My website is the only thing, I guess that's not my website. It's fatdopebeats.com. You could buy a t-shirt. You could check it out. I have like a blog up where I write like song lyrics and I talk about, all the songs, like what I was thinking when I wrote them and everything. So yeah, fatdopebeats.com is the site. All the social media is at Grass Kingdoms.
Awesome, man. So great to meet the legend himself.
Hey, appreciate you.
The hint behind
we're
the dog
in
is
the same
Googling.
town. So once the world gets back to normal, we'll have to get together, like for real.
Yeah. We can kiss each other on the mouth and
Sure. Why not? Let's party.
You can just say no homo afterwards. We'll be good.
Yeah, it's totally straight. It's no homo.
So awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on and take it easy.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. But yeah, man, keep in touch. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, def.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Well, thank you so much, dude. Peace out, everybody. Thank you.
Hashtag pray for Micah.
Hey, you just finished a full episode of the SchwegCast. I hope your brain cells don't hurt. If you want to support this show financially in the best way possible, go check us out on Patreon for $5 a month. You can get ad-free episodes of the SchwegCast and is the best way to personally support me and this channel.